All right, big up, big up, big up, big up to the ones them, big up to the ones them, guys. What we are dealing with? What we are dealing with? Big up to the ones them, big up to the ones them, guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's a bossy night. Is what today? What, Wednesday? It's a bossy Wednesday night, guys. Happy hump day, because it's Wednesday. And today is also April 1st. So happy April Fool's Day. All right, glad for you tune in with the ones them. Big up on yourself, guys. Big up on yourself. All right. Buy and stream Masicka music, guys. Making sure that we are buying. We're streaming the music on all major platforms. I cannot stress that enough. Stress that enough, guys. We buy the music to support the artists. We stream the music to support and to put the music out in the algorithm. So making sure that we're doing the do and making sure that we are supporting the artist to the fullest, right? Big up to everyone. But just kind of shout out the ones them who is here right now. The ones them in the chat. That 9 Indigo, big up yourself. That 9 says summer, everyone should be bossy. Absolutely, I agree, and I approve that message. That 9 Indigo. J Empress, big up yourself. Thank you so much for being on the platform tonight. How are we doing?
Hey, Mellz, me there now. There with one bag of chicken them. I'm look at chiquitos them. Yeah, so I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna stay mute until I can check in and stuff. But me there for support, man.
No problem. Take your time. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
That 9 Indigo, big up yourself again. Musa Tamba was here from earlier on in the building. Big up to Musa Tamba. Musa Tamba say big up Mellz. Big up yourself, Musa Tamba. Fully in the building. Big up yourself. My bad brother Fully. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Big up to J Empress, guys. You heard her on the panel. Big up to J Empress and bad sister, always there supporting. We appreciate you, J Empress, for all that you do. Big up yourself. Do so in the chat. Big up yourself. Do so. Bad Dark Skin in the chat. Big up yourself, Bad Dark Skin. Big up to, let's see, who am I missing here? Big up to the Real Gunners. Big up yourself, Real Gunners. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. Miss Cinderella, big up yourself, Miss Cinderella. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Just want to big up to all of the crocs them, the wild crocs them, for those who are on their way in. Just kind of like make sure that we get here on time so we can be a part of the reasoning. And of course, guys, make sure that we're liking, we're sharing, and we're subscribing to the channel. Big up on yourself. The warm weather is upon us, guys. Spring is here and I'm loving it. I see the trees outside, they are blooming. And if anybody know how I feel about nature, I just love that. Regarding, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, and we love to see it. J Empress said the Real Gunners, they are road a prowl. Yes. Crocs them out a prowl, guys. Gone were the days we were in the swamp, we just there hibernate and we just in the swamp just a look up. Now we're out to the roadside and we out there prowl with it everywhere. Busy traffic everywhere, we just a prowl everywhere. Yeah, guys, spring is here and today was quite warm. I went to the gym today and literally I was able to wear just minimal amount of clothes compared to when it was so freaking cold and I had to wear like multiple layers and stuff like that. So it's a good look. What it tells me that summer is literally around the corner and I love summer. That's my favorite time of the year. So big up to the ones them, wherever you are, wherever in the world you are, big up on the damn self. And thank you so much for being here tonight. All right, so on the agenda for tonight, hold on, let me just stop sharing my screen for a little bit. All right, on the agenda for tonight, guys. Miss J Empress are going with, because from a she type something, I know she up to something, man. All right. Batsy Boasty rider settings, Mellz. To be honest with you, J Empress, I'm not really the batty rider type of girl, but I do wear shorts in the summer. And funny enough, I was having a conversation today regarding, like, I was like asked, like when I'm in the gym, like what type of workouts I like to do, like I love to do mostly. And one of those conversations were I love doing legs. Like legs days are my favorite. Some like to do glutes, but because obviously if you're working legs, you're automatically gonna work glutes. So I never glute focus. I always focus on legs. So legs are my favorite because when I wear my shorts, I love to see nice defined legs, and I love doing leg days, and I love doing shoulders. I love doing legs, and I love doing shoulders, and I love doing biceps for me, because like when I wear like a little top, I love see when the arms them nice and refined and the shoulder them nice and broad and refined. So that's just my little fetish as far as like my body's concerned. So just regarding your question, not really a Batiretta girl, but more so, type of thing. But yeah, on the agenda for today, guys, or for tonight, Masicka Boasty summer anthem. Is it a summer anthem? I don't know how the ones them feel about that. But I personally believe, or I personally can acknowledge that, of course, Boasty is a takeover song. It's still trending. I know that some of the naysayers were saying that, oh, it's just gonna be another song. It's not gonna get anywhere. But based on what we're seeing so far, it's been 5 days. 5 days. We can see almost six, because tomorrow is Thursday and it was released last Thursday. So we can say 6 days. And based on what we are seeing so far, that the song is really is trending in the right direction. Love to see what's happening on different platforms. I see people posting about the song, and they are not necessarily one side followers, so that is a good look, and I love seeing that. Ozine Boss, big up yourself. Ozine Boss, thank you for checking in tonight. Big up yourself in the chat. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Yes, so I love to see it, and I know that a lot of people call it that this song could be a takeover song for the summer, and I stand strongly behind that. I believe once we keep it out there in the algorithm, I do believe that once we are doing right by the song, and once the song do what it needs to, which is already doing so, I believe that it would be a good song for the summer. And that's just my take on that. So the question of the matter is Masicka Boasty summer anthem. So I would love to hear from the ones them, like how we feel about it. Summer is loading, summer is around the corner, already in spring. How do we feel about that? Real Top Man, big up yourself, and a Real Top Man. Thank you for joining in tonight. Big up yourself, big up to Top Man in the building. Real Top Man, that is.
Hey, Mellz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, may I agree with you. Definitely a summer anthem. Definitely something that's gonna continue to take over the space right now. And anywhere you go, you're gonna hear that song there play. That's why, and if you hear it up there, you can't help but to like it and move your body.
Yeah.
It's just, even if you don't want to, it just give you the vibes there. You know what I say? So it's definitely a song will take over right now.
Yeah, it definitely give you that vibe. I agree with you 100%. I'm J Empress. Like, even in all honesty, Jagite, big up yourself, Jagite, say big up to Mellz and J Empress. J Empress, if you're not looking on the chat right now, Jagite, say big up yourself, big up your damn self, J Empress. Big up, big up. Absolutely. Like, even like on a day-to-day basis, as I'm going through, I'm checking in the algorithm, and I'm like, sometimes like I'm just clipping songs to, create content, or I'm posting things, or I'm reposting things, and I hear it, like it just give me this vibe, like it just bring this excitement to it. And again, based on what we're seeing, is not just people who are one side fans that is posting the song, right? Because we can do a contrast when it comes to Life of Sin. Life of Sin was a great song, right? Different mood, different momentum to the song. And there were lots of people who had certain mixed feelings about it. And they were like, oh, only the crooks them can relate to it, which was not true, by the way, because based on how it was trending on the charts and stuff like that, it clearly showed us based on what the song was capable of doing, which is still out there and it's doing its thing. But just under the conversation of, Boasty, you cannot, like to J Empress' point, you can't help but dance and move to it. It just give you that vibe, especially for me in the club at 5 a.m., just bobbing to Boasty and just having a nice vibe. I believe that's something that everybody can relate to. So they cannot just say, oh, only the crooks can relate to it. Because based on what I am seeing so far, not just by talking or fluffing stuff up, people are reacting to this song.
Definitely, Melz. These people are just delusional. I don't understand. If you like a song, you just like a song. It doesn't matter what artist it come from. If the song
Exactly.
good, it's the song just good. You
Yep.
know. And I just think it's just a hate for Masicka. Why them I say the song no good, but them know so behind closed door them are rinse out the damn song. So them just
Yeah.
need to stop.
Are just from different fan bases too, in the sense where because we're over on the one side of life over here, in the swamp, when our artists tend to post something, there's just us under a microscope and we get judged by those things, whether the song is, and that's why we have to, in my opinion, J Empress and panel or and chat rather, we have to work twice as hard to be able to side not that that's what we're working towards, but it's almost like, oh, we have to make sure everything is packed down, that way we can silence the naysayers, because as soon as little something happen, you have people who run with it and just kind of like pick apart most or the things that they think is not so great or not so wonderful, versus focusing on what really matters. And I think when we go around in the different when we see things happening in different camps, that's something that we can also relate to, on the aspect of, right, like, what's happening now with the in the vendetta camp, as far as where Alkaline is concerned and his numbers is concerned, like, realistically, right, taking the emotions out of it, or taking the hate out of it, or the bias out of it, realistically, those numbers that we're seeing are just for 4 days, right? So which means that there are going to be more opportunities to be able to pull and gather all these numbers. And if we're going to run with a narrative, in my opinion, too quickly, right, and then turn around and the crowd is silenced, then where do we go from here? And that's just an example. So just to J Empress point, when a song sound good, doesn't matter which era it's coming from. And specifically, as for me as a revolutionist, I can speak on moving away from that sense of bias and from that sense of tribalism, where we feel like we cannot speak on, or we cannot have a say, or we have to just be heads down on one single artist only. And once you talk about another artist, or say this artist is, you like what's happening over there, you're deemed as this person, like, oh, all of a sudden you don't represent, type of thing. And that's just bullshit. That's just fuckery. And I just want to get that out there. Musa Tamba, I'm just talking, but I just want to make sure that I'm in tune with the chat as well. All right. Real Top Man says Life of Sin has its audience. Definitely so, Real Top Man. Everybody have their audience, or we can put it another way. Everybody have their own style of music that they like. As far as an artist, they have that's why artists themselves have such a big catalog, right, that allow the audience or allow the fans to be able to choose the different music that they like. For example, for myself, I love Masicka songs, right? And yes, I can relate to other artists. And as far as different artists, or as far as Masicka is concerned, I can say for different artists, I prefer a certain catalog in their a certain type of catalog that they have, right? Obviously, when it comes to Masicka, it's always a mixture of everything, and people can relate. When we do polls and things like that, and we ask the question, hey, like, people will say, yo, just give me everything, right? Like when they go at the store and they'll be like, all right, mom, you want, what do you, so give me everything. Money there, just give me everything, type of thing. That's where Masicka is concerned. But just to say that artists, they like what they like, and they tend to maybe not so mess with what they don't like. And specifically, and I love the fact that Real Top Man brought up Life of Sin and the whole audience, because not everybody will relate to Life of Sin, obviously, because it tends to its own audience. Remember, we have audience that it's still in tune and miss and want to absorb the older Masicka that just started out, the underground Masicka, right? The urban Monday, Masicka, the Puffy and Tyler Masicka, right? They love the griminess, but we have to understand that as far as any artist overall, specifically speaking on our artists, they grow. And when they do grow and when they do evolve, their tone becomes softer, it becomes more digestible. So things like that we definitely have to look into as far as the artist is concerned, and understand that those older catalogs, they're still there, they don't go anywhere. From time to time, I may catch up myself on certain Masicka songs that I'm like, oh my God, I never heard this before, but this sound bad, this bad, right? Like, for example, the other day when I was introduced to Fly Over Them, I literally made it a part of my Masicka specific catalog that I'm listening to, right? A beautiful song, Fly Over Them, right? Type of things. Everybody can relate. Some relate to the, the grimier side, the more softer side, of Masicka or their artist or whatever. And that's okay. And that's fine. And that's acceptable. Bad dark skin, pure balling from a jumbo flies them. Oh my God. Bad dark skin, easy, girl. Why are you like this? Bad dark skin. Pure balling from the jumbo flies them. Big up in a dark skin. Big up yourself. Fight is real. Yes, Musa Tamba. And I believe each and every camp have their own fight. And obviously we have ours over here too. But again, the great music that we have, we tend to push back a lot on those narratives. And don't forget that you have people like us, the vloggers out here. So when things goes wrong, things goes left, we can definitely push back on certain things. Nick T for money and the sales files, Mellz. I don't know what's that about. Gunners. Let's see. Just going through the chat really quickly. I just want to make sure that everybody is being highlighted based on the wonderful things that's going on in the chat. Life of Sin is still going. I believe that song is a creeper. Yes, it is. It is a creeper. I was looking on the charts today, that 9 Indigo, and that song is still trending in certain places. Specifically speaking, it's still trending in Europe. It's definitely in the top 10 in Europe. And I believe, yes, go ahead, JM.
Sorry, not to cut you. If you ever been to, and I'm sure you have, one of those really nice and sophisticated restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go to sit down and they tell you have these, you don't just have the one, you get to choose one of the things. You have courses, right? You sit down and you have like a 3-course meal or whatever, they bring out the salad or the soup or whatever the case may be, right? You don't just get the entree right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So to me, and I said that to say, Masicka is like this. I think that's what Life of Sin was. That was like our little appetizer, right? To set us up for Boasty, and then Boasty are gonna set us up for the entree, and we're gonna fully sit and enjoy. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's very methodical in how he's doing things, and the people who are not from this camp won't understand him. They hear the music. If they don't like it, it's just, I just don't like it, and that's fine. But you have to understand that the type of artist that he is and how he moves in the space for you to really understand why he does what he do. That's all I had to say.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. And just to your point, J Empress, which is a great point, by the way, I believe I heard Rick one side, and I always tend to quote on that regarding the mere fact that, with Life of Sin, it was more so of an appetizer. And it's great to see you bring back that reference. Like it's a way to start the so-called new year, while everybody was doing their things and some artists already had 7 songs out the gate already, or maybe more. He just kind of like came in all steady, right? And then there were narratives that was pushed, oh, maybe we needed something more upbeat or something different. But as an artist and as somebody who put out different bodies of work, you live and you live and you learn. And at the end of the day, you make those choices and those decisions, and not anybody else. And whatever the artist had decided, whether he had decided to come out of the gate, punching and in a high note, that's exactly what we would have, appreciated. But we appreciate Life of Sin as our appetizer. And now here we are at Boasty, and we can't stop listening to Boasty. And it's just out there in the algorithm, and it's not going anywhere, and we just love it, and we love that. Yes, real talk, man. Couple months ago, I discovered Fly Over Them after I was doing a live, putting together a live, and I was putting together my notes for, I believe, Masicka's, 2015, 2016 catalog. And that was one of the songs that came up. We were just doing a throwback moment that we were doing. So yes, guys, I'm always learning. We're always learning. I am always learning, and I'm never afraid to say, hey, there was something about Masicka that I wasn't aware of. That's fine. But yeah, I discovered it a couple months ago and I loved it. I have put it on my StreamYard. And from time to time, I tend to, play that song, obviously, because there's so much power and there's so much message in that song. So yeah, just to what Real Top Man I'd ask. Zinif Zin, I don't know how you pronounce your name, I'm telling you, your name pronunciation is very staggering. But thank you for the support. Thank you for being a part of the live tonight. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Yeah. So on Masicka's Boasty, guys, it's not going anywhere. We love what we are seeing on the media. The style, the dressing, the singing, and the dance move. Like literally, we are here for it. Like I'm out there on Z in. Oh, that's how you do it. Z in. Okay. All right. Thank you for the correction on that, Z in. Yeah, so with those videos that we're seeing, guys, it's really a good look. I see Flipper Mafia coming out, because you guys, you know how Flipper Mafia is. It's all about the flossing and stuff. So a song like this, I'm not surprised, would definitely get him, getting moving and getting him all, danced up and vibing to the song. We see Shensia coming out in the club, saying that she's bossy, and we see other people, posting about the song. Just people in general, and we see they're posting about their style while people are, where the music is playing in the background. And we also see, for example, where people are dancing to the song, people are singing the song word for word, like, big up to that, to that girl who, she read, I think a day after the song release, Boasty. I forgot what her name is, guys. If you know what her name is, she was like singing the song, like right, word for word, and of course, the artist, pin her in the comments and stuff like that, on his page. And it was a good look, it was a good look. So big up to what's happening, with the song so far. It's really a good look, and I love to see it. And if it continues this way, definitely will be a summer conversation. Definitely will be a summer vibe. Oh, so it's Zin. Oh my goodness. Zin. All right, Zin. Copy. Zin. Oh, Zin. That nice. So she sing like she had this song long. I'm gonna tell you, man. Sure, her name is not Melissa, bro. Like she wrote that song, and she just said, "Hey, Masicka, let's go on a road with that." Bro, she was singing that song like her life depend on it, yo. Like she wrote it. It's a good look, man. It's a good vibe. Yeah, you're right. So we can definitely say that the impact is growing. And I said it myself, it's a trending song for the summer and everyone can relate to it. So the competition is still going on, guys, on the topic of the algorithm and the topic of videos that we're seeing. We are still doing the competition regarding, we want to see the ones them are just overall. If you like the song, you don't have to say one side. Just come out and put forth your video. That way we can see you, dancing and vibing to, to the song, showing off your moves. I tagged, I tagged a song on my not my Instagram, but on my YouTube regarding someone dancing to the song, and I think it was a really good vibe. So we want to see the people come out, man, and supporting the song and dancing to it as well. So so we can keep it out there in the algorithm. It's a nice dance song, and we want to say, we want to keep the Misawaki thing alive. So don't forget.
Mellz, did you get anything today? Any videos?
Oh no. And I communicated with Black Star Boy and I communicated with 44. I should have communicated with you. My apologies on that. But no, I did not get any videos today. But I mean, we're still working on.
Yeah, time is still early.
Time is still early too. So we're just like putting it out there that way the ones can be aware. There's prizes, guys. Don't, it's not like you're dancing for free. As far as you know, if you could, it's a competition, right? So we will definitely call a winner, and of course by calling, you know, a winner, you'll be able to win a good prize. And so far as we know it, Masicka reposted one. Was it today or was it maybe a day ago or so? Because if I'm not mistaken, I saw him reposted a guy, if I'm not mistaken. I think, I don't know if it was like a disc jockey or something, like he was like doing the, you know, doing the dance. Zin, if you can probably like back me up on that. Or if oh, today, did I see something today? I mean, we can go over there and we can look. We can go over there and we can look. All right, let me see what's Masicka going on.
last thing I saw was him. He reposted the song playing, and it was a little girl that was dancing. I don't know if he posted something else to the Boasty song.
I don't know if maybe it's that Zin is talking about, because I don't, you know, I didn't remember seeing that video, because the last one that I saw. But I mean, I can look at it and see what's going on. Why is this Instagram moving so weird? Let me just check and see if it's the same one. Get the bricks on to top. You go to work. You went to work today, Jay?
Yes, in the Mellz. Sorry, my day I consume. Yeah, man. I was at work from 5 a.m. this morning, all day. Today was inventory day, so you know, busy.
Oh, on Wednesday. Okay, damn. All right, so let's pause on the video. For some reason, like Instagram isn't responding, so we kind of like pause on that for a little bit. Yeah, so the competition is still.
Oh, so you see that 9 says she's on TikTok and IG.
Oh, she's on TikTok and IG. All right, let me see if I can. If TikTok will be a little bit more understanding towards what we're trying to do here. Let's see. All right. And you say is a little girl that's dancing, or?
Yeah, it's a little girl.
Let me see if I can see, and that's another thing, guys. Like over 2,000 videos ever since in the 24 hours that was dropped. So I don't know if I'll just be able to like see it like that, but it's a lot of videos, bro. A lot of videos. Let's maybe just now.
You gotta think about it too, you know, Mellz. You see, he probably have so much people tagging him in things that he doesn't let it stay up there full 24 hours. He probably highlight them for a few hours and take them down, put another person up or whatever. So, and I love that. That's what I was saying yesterday. He's loving on his fans, and I love that about him. I love that he's loving on his fans and highlighting them.
Yeah, so true. So true. And I didn't find a video per se, because there's a lot in there, and even though I narrowed it down a little bit, and until later on we're gonna react to some of the videos out there that we're seeing to kind of like see like the ones know for real that this song is really trending. It's out there. It's in the algorithm, and so I posted this today on my story, and I want to share it with you guys. As far as, let me see, as far as a part of somebody did an AI, and I think it's tough. So I want the ones them to kind of like watch it and see what's going on here. The ones them say. Yeah, guys, so people are getting really creative with it, with the whole AI thing, and I think it's really bossy, right? Lots of fan bases, they may not get it. Another fan bases might clip it up and be like, oh, what's this croc reference? But like, can I see the croc? See them at the back with them Chanel bag? Lord God, the crocodile of Chanel bag. J Empress, I would do have Chanel bag. Boy, I tell you. But yeah, man, is that in the video?
Yeah, I tell you.
Yeah, let me over there post. I want another white dress, but Nanti, I post with a Chanel bag. Well, pose up on my man at the front of dance, Jaja. Yeah, so it's a good look. So I definitely wanted to take the opportunity to kind of to react to some of these videos so you guys can see, lots of you guys, are around and you guys can see different things that's happening out there in the algorithm. So like for the ones when we kind of come into the zone and the camp and we relax just to see what's happening out there. To make one understand, so the work that the artist is putting out there is no joke thing. And it's good when we can show these things. So, pushing back on the opposition sometimes, because these people out here and they will create certain narrative, and if we don't headstrong and know what we know, we tend to kind of sometimes believe them. Well, not me personally, but sometimes people believe them. So I just want to share some reaction videos with you guys so you can enjoy and you can know how the song is doing. White dress look like a snow bunny, Crocs. Oh my goodness. That 9, behave yourself. All right, guys. So this is a fan that is reacting to Masicka Boasty. So let's hear what he has to say, guys. Not me, not any of y'all, but what the fans are out there, what they are saying.
Crooks. Yo, crocodile. What the fuck me I chat to everybody say if you're not wrong with the crooks. But yo, Masicka Boasty song. Bro. Listen how the man delivery clean. Listen how the man delivery and flow clean. The man not struggle. The man not try catch up. The man not try. Oh my God. Yo, genocide. Them are going to eat it for the rest of your life. I mean, I tell you this. Them boy ain't ready for you. When you come on to flow and delivery. Be a nice boy, me. Believe you me. This song smooth as fuck. The song smooth, classic. Another bang, another hit song. This is a run dancehall right now. I don't care what nobody wants it. You understand? Come see some man drop be a song with the and I know them song they dead. Not want to hear them song they blood clot. We can't play that. We can't play them song now with Boasty. Hell no. Yo, listen man. Masicka. Baddest thing. Yeah man, I'm gonna reel on that. I'm not stop telling you that.
Well, he never lied. All right, guys, look at now. It's probably either having some difficulties or she's working on the video. So you guys hold tight.
Oh, guys, literally, me there chatting if his phone mute, Lord God, I want to me, Jaja.
Jaja, Jesus, Mellz. You're not easy there.
I want me to Lord God.
My God, Mellz. No, sir. You need a button. You need like a red button or something where go off when you. Just, sir.
Mr. Speaking of button, guys, a little off topic, but on topic. I said today, I come from the gym. I see a blood clot Ferrari, J Empress. I say yo, like I just on the topic of Boasty, but just I said
Bad
like
though.
you say that be a a nice little thing that feel little clipping, we want your vlog, just for kind of thing. But I see what I don't want to look like one of them, Some of them say I got you. And then I see a two of them, I see J Empress so happy. I see a blue one, and I see a white one. I say, girl, I say blood clot, this would be so good for put it
here. One for me, one for you, Mellz.
I tell your mom, just say, well off me, well off a color and push it through. Yeah, man, on the topic of Boasty. But it just come to mind a while ago. But guys, I was talking on mute. I'm so sorry. But it's not, I know we in the swamp I say these things. These are maybe wild crocodiles, people on the fence, or people who just, read Masicka music type of thing. They're out there talking. So we want to make sure that we are showing the fans these, we're showing people who are watching these things, because again, sometimes the odds is against us and make it seem like, oh, things on the one side is not so, like make it seem like we're seeing Lily. So we just want the people to understand. So people are out here reacting, and there's not one lie that was told. Like literally, this song drowned out every single song that I heard from the year so far. And as far as drowning out, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but the way the vibe and the connection that this song literally brings, we can literally say that it's it's a good look for dancehall till people are saying, even people who are not ones that are saying that this is an instant hit, and it's a song that we can literally look to bring us over into the summer with a nice summer vibes, so just want to put that out there. Most definitely. Big up to you, HM One Side. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Olin, big up yourself, thank you so much for being here. Real Gunners. Why Real Gunners have that crying emoji all the while? So Real Gunners, watch it in a Real Gunners. And I'm here for another reaction again, guys, because I want you guys to see what's happening out here in the space. So I do have another reaction video for you from another fan.
Tell Bumbo Clad Cargo same style them whole. Is it me tell Cargo say style them whole. Just like our Bumbo Clad Masicka. Just like our coach. Tell Blood Clad Family say you style them whole. Too deep down with them sign them soul. Is your man tell Cargo say style them all, man. Is me a two different era that Cargo, man. Is me you read him all week. Is me mixing weak, your voice is weak. Is me a matter of fact, is me to the damn thing is in boss boy in your flow. Is me a true Bumbo Clad cartel in Gaza and Joe them say yo the go on Cargo son face, Say I'm a flip up in bat, Yeah, dog, but you style them all Cargo. Is me one side to the land side. Fully SK. Hey, no boy. Rap boom! Headshot pull down and poverty get the youth. Sick of the baddest. Bossy. Alla me girl them clean them up. Yo, my viewers. Tell Bumbo Clad Cargo.
Yeah, guys. So it's fair to say, J Empress. Sometimes we don't even have to come out to address certain things because there's people all over the media when they see certain nonsense, they come and they shut it down. Right. So when I saw this today, I just laugh and I be like, this is something that maybe the ones them want to see, because sometimes we tend to come to the panel and we talk and we kind of but it's good when other people out there can back up our claims and can say, hey, what these people are pushing on us or try to do, it's not working, right? And thank God we're in the age of social media where definitely we can we can go on, take up our phones and we can post certain things and it gets around. Gone were the days where one time people could have just say anything and it just stick. You know what I mean? So it's good that we're able to push back on certain things, and not just ourselves, but other people out there in the algorithm that can push back on certain narratives as well. Yeah, so not one lie was told for that. St. Kitts said one side, yes. Absolutely. Cayman Islands also said one side. And Antigua says one side because we're ambassadors now. We're ambassador over in Antigua. So thanks for pointing that out, that 9 Indigo. And I have another reaction for you guys. Let's see what you guys think about this one as well. I love these videos, guys. I love when we can come back and when we have people out there can push back on certain narratives. I love it. I live for these. Especially the positive ones that speak for us. We don't always have to come feed into the negativity, but positive things that is being said about our artists. Not us, but our artists, of course. So I'm going to play this one for the ones that let me know what you think.
I go forward in my inbox and tell me, say, yo, a theme song. But he not say nothing still. Why you report to me for? Me and the dancehall police. Me and the lyrics police need that. But report to God, man. You are going like you create word. Which word you create, boy? From your little youth, me know a dog saying here Boasty. And me know say that dog not complain say him create Boasty. You check me and check. So me want to know how come you have a problem with it. When you went to you set up and go DJ sing for them and them rhythm and get your hit song. Just set up and then take one crucify Anthony Cruz because you say, yo, who redeemed it before him and this man redeem and go on like a film because him Billy over.
Guys, trouble did it rotted. I look away of them a try for ride, but
You know what's up?
Hold on. Go to the Empress.
No, me say, yeah, man, trouble. This thing is gonna, it's definitely gonna dig up some trouble, but it's all right. Make them go with them trouble. We are going to just continue to enjoy the song and watch.
Absolutely.
Masicka have flop 1 week after the blood clot clash done. Eh? No, that can't happen. They say man a cruff if you give him goal, he won't turn blood clot cruff and you don't roll yourself bad dog. You have to flow for you. You don't have no flow boy, man. You don't sound nothing like a blood clot youth. Ambition, you really don't have no ambition, but you're ambitious. Cause you the youth sound clean, refreshing, everything. The man sound weird different from bumbo clot. You know, say I know that auto tune you use to get a flow, my lad. Let go the bumbo clot youth and talking to your throat like you bumbo clot gaggle infection or something. Let go the man shirt, man. Bumbo clot. Me tired of you. You tell me, the youth get the biggest song since the year start. Go complain to no boss and tell no boss say, yo, oh, go find song. Me pass rapid burst. Me I say, yo, oh, the whole of them over the palm platform, Masicka flap out. All the man for flap out have a biggest song in the blood clot, in a dancehall. What you not go hear, say man get the biggest song in a dancehall this week and flap next week. Go suck on them and allow the blood clot youth. The youth are real, the youth is here for stay, you no can't stop the youth. You tell me, I just saw me step out, me know say I see me on no pressure, me but me there I found no blood clot. Lyrics for days in our no ears.
Lyrics for days in them ears. Judge Shaw.
Yo.
You know, Richard King. Anyway, they pick up your damn self. Not one like told yet.
You tell me, I tell you, just give me a do. Chatty, tell them something like got my shirt. Me never trouble them, and them trouble me first. One phone call and they made a knee burst. Shoot up the men's car in a reverse. I be a dead man, them a go need 3 earth. Should a load of badness and go pre-church. Yes, him have a gun, but I me shoot first. Load the palm clocks, we should have wear my sneakers. If he murder the pussy, me no need 3 verse. No,
sir, I'm a chop, sir.
Am I going good, man? Yeah, man, am I going good, Mellz? Am I going... Hey, sir, come back to recruit you for one side. Come on over here, because you sound like Fully and 4-4 and Black Star Boy. So come on over here, come join the crew.
They're going with themselves.
I can't diss me and me keep calm in a middle day. Me said man go beat can none of them can diss. Nah beat Sean. One phone call and them street warm. One phone call and people dead. When me a bust it up, you a pee bed. Now you this all the link, you a pre dead because of one phone call, unknown call, one phone call and everything lift up. The dance side the breaker in pants in my shit up. The war just start and the fool them a give up. Send boy go a bright light all when them a leave up. Never trouble them and them trouble me first. One phone call and they made and chatty. Tell them to let go my shirt, man. Give me a dough. Me show them how we deal with the thing. So opportunity where some boy get more than love to get it. Because me get the opportunity to me shell down the whole world. You check me, room. Chatty.
Oh, them said it's so better than it's the clash song them where Tammy Lido.
Tammy Lido, right? Yeah, man, in the good man said Lego and shirt the backside. The man did a good job.
Lego the man shirt. Speaking of shirt, like what, like anybody here? What happened to the guys? Like, no, what happened to guys? Are just they're so. As me say, Missy type earlier. HM said they use them time now. Absolutely, I agree. J Empress, we were talking about that up to what yesterday. They use them time now, man.
Yes. You use them time, yeah, man. And you know what, too, Mellz? The reason why them so quiet is because them really out front can't find no fault of that song, but them might try them best to find something, but them know so they can't find nothing. So them just mute right now. Them just mute.
Lex Boss, big up yourself, Lex Boss. How are you?
Big up Mellz, big up everybody on the panel, big up James.
Big up Lex Boss.
Yeah, Mellz, you know, see, I'm a little workplace Saturday.
Oh really?
Funny TikTok. Yeah, man. King Richards, man. You know, saying I was a bit defend the swamp though.
Well, that's you know.
Even though it's kind of a vendetta, man, but boy, you ever become a swamp, so they give me respect, you know.
Oh yeah. That's good to know. I discovered
Right.
him today.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
Yeah,
good.
man, and you know, so every narrative when they come up against Masicka, I'm always in defense of Masicka, so you know. But Mellz, I tell her, we are running off the TikTok, man. So,
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, I go over there, Lex Boss, and I say like the amount of videos when I see, like, I say, oh my god, like, me just go pick out a few and just kind of like put it in my little basket and then leave it over, like a whole heap of things I see I go on over there.
yeah, man, everybody react to his son, man. His son I get everybody I do video to his son because his son just have that you know, so me tell you listen, I say US. Once this I go viral on TikTok, you know, conversation done, you know. And it did, because right now it's everywhere it's done. Right now, I'm not hearing nothing about Froggy.
Yeah, like it's been trending, like it's trending on social media. Within 24 hours, approximately 2,000 people made videos about it. So that's in 24 hours. That's good. Because remember the girl that I posted on my YouTube, like
Uh-huh.
she posted her video like later that I think it's less than 24 hours she came, and the girl was singing word for word. Tilal Masicka was like, oh,
Alright.
she writes it type of thing.
Hey,
So I just have the feelings that it was gonna take off like this.
oh God, man.
Definitely.
Let me see the reviews them, even especially like the YouTuber man do the reviews them like where overseas people like them love the song. And even see if to I get to a hand, me I see all a screenshot go to no face. Like and that's what the comment section where I don't have video
I
song.
heard, I heard about that.
Hey, it's crazy, but continue, man.
No,
This
man,
shot
you're good, man. It's not about distraction. We're here, on the panel having a conversation. So of course, feel free to chime in at any point in time to make your points and stuff like that. But thank you for your contribution regarding what's happening over there on TikTok, because we'll find a hideout. We'll find a hideout say over TikTok here really there.
yeah, man,
Hanging
I'm
around us
like a
constantly.
playground that man. Until about Lex Boss, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Speaking of,
man.
of boss lady, me need to link her up. I'm supposed to link her up today, but time just got ahead of me, and I didn't get a chance to. But tomorrow for sure,
Definitely.
certain, so me and her can discuss some business. But yeah, big up yourself, Lex Boss, and thank you for letting the ones know, because as we know it, sometimes it's good that we have people in both places. You're here on YouTube, Lex, and you're also over there on TikTok, because some of the ones they may not be so familiar with TikTok, they may not go over there as much. I personally, for maybe the past year or so, I have not been over there frequently. And it becomes like this big environment that you get lost, and you just have to be very careful over there.
Yeah,
But then YouTube has become my kind of like reverence, type of place. But
yeah, yeah.
blogging, you have to be all over different places to make sure that you're getting the information out there. So big up to you for sharing that information earlier regarding what's happening over there in the space.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah. So we can talk about Boasty and how we knew it was going to be like an instant hit for us. We know we saw it trending up to the 500K, less than 24 hours. And now it is at 1 million views, not even a week, and it's at 1 million views and counting. And I'm pretty confident by within a day or two from now, it probably trend up to almost 2 million views, because again, this song is literally out there in the algorithm. And definitely something that we want to pay attention to. We're constantly streaming the music. As far as YouTube is concerned, that's always a place where we tend to do very well as far as Masicka music is concerned, and also Spotify. Because like today I was at the gym, and I can tell you guys that song was on repeat. I was doing my little dance in the gym, and I kind of look up and see a couple people watching, but I really don't care. Like when I'm at the gym, I just do me and I go home. At the end of the day, like I don't care about these people. So yeah, a nice little vibe in the gym, and I was able to rocking it out. So a nice vibe to it. So again, we want to keep this song in the algorithm. We want to do our due diligence and making sure that we are absolutely streaming the music on all major platforms, and we're still supporting it. We're still buying it as far as to keep it out there on certain charts, things like that. Boasty is a song for us. And tonight is just all about mainly a Boasty conversation on how we want to see it in the summer.
Uh,
You want to say something?
me?
Yeah. Phone was on me. I
Oh,
don't even wanted to say something.
yeah, me just I say, well, it was the social media, a lot of things. There is a lot of narratives, and we both make a lot of narratives show up, because even see I'll change here, I'll post video with I react to it, it's after and see the other day
Mm-hmm.
the world match with Jamaica lose against Congo. Them actually a troll Jamaica using a Masicka song, which is whites.
Mm-hmm.
So when them say the artist not international, I wonder which artist them attack. And I would say right now Masicka is more international than most of them favorite artists. You
Yeah,
understand me?
yeah, absolutely. They tend to always say that, but then what are the things that we use to say an artist is not international, right? Because again, Alex, I think you're one of those people who tend to watch the charts as well. on a weekly basis, especially on a Wednesday, I like to look at the charts and see what they are doing, what they are literally saying, as far as how our artist is trending on
Well,
a global
well,
scale
Mel,
and type of thing. Go ahead.
Mel, if Masicka is not an international artist, why? How comes Regulan, Real Wireless, plus all them overseas, um, not me not talk there, the Caribbean, and me not Germany. So we
Absolutely,
have
absolutely,
all
yeah.
of them. Why me not see them about the skipper them and the Malidan and them thing there. So when we talk about international, I still trying to figure out if a Masicka them say not international because those shows are international. Germany, England, US, and them are
Mm-hmm.
normally Canada. And then the big foreign where we Jamaica now. When people say them when people talk about foreign, I just Canada, America, England and think about.
Mm-hmm.
But the man actually go all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you definitely, Lex Boss, and even with the charts too, to back it up. Like, it's not that the song isn't, or his songs is not leaving the island. So what would be a classification as when somebody would say, oh, this person is not international? So the international shows are there, the songs are crossing over on international platforms. So how can we say, all right then? And this would be to the naysayers of those people who are trying to like belittle the artist. Like, if it's not the case, to Lex's question, to my question, how is it that the international shows are being booked? Not only the international shows, but obviously the songs are trending in different countries and as outside of the Caribbean. So
And
that was a very good contribution, Lex.
I remember that when I perform on nobody set on a big grab extra. And I
Mm-hmm.
like a man get booked and we are gonna run on for a man set. We are booked. Like we name them at the headlines. Like we are headlines madam show. We have our own set. So when someone attack, they need to put respect on our name because guess what? Their favorite artist that get booked. I mean, say nobody a book come on, I mean, say nobody a book Nyamali and not to popcorn, I see I get no bookings from the other day and I skilly and all of them people. So I don't understand what I'm talking about.
I mean, I could say the focus is really on our artists and as far as what we are doing here in the swamp. And it's not just conversation, or it's not just fluffing our artists up, but we can talk about, yes, things is happening. Again, we are now in April, and soon enough we are gonna be in summertime. And we know that Regalan is there for the artists to be a part of. And we also have the other show always tend, so we have Regular, and we also have
Summer Jam.
Summer Jam. Yes, Summer Jam, that's coming up. And if I don't know, it's not in the Caribbean and it's not in Jamaica, and it's overseas, right? It's one is in
Well,
Germany and one is in the UK's. And if it doesn't get any international, then that I don't know what to tell y'all.
but Mills, we not just do songs and do music videos. So we are ambassador. We are getting tag, we are getting accolades. So we don't understand. Right now I would say we are more complete artists than ever. Because they're not just recognize us because we're just an artist. No, we have an ambassador. When it comes to Grammy, all them stuff there, all these people are we name I get called at all them spaces here. You
Yeah.
understand?
Hmm.
So I don't know what you're talking about. We signed to an overseas label.
True.
So
That's another topic to touch on, or another thing to bring to the conversation as well.
and
And
every
on
time
this, go
and,
ahead.
and,
Sorry.
and every time we travel, and we go out enough of them countries here, we are at the heads, we are associated with the heads of state.
True.
I know like so we flag. We flag our country and nobody don't know. Last time we go this our country. I had a state we live in, we go this our country.
Hmm.
We have the interview, we sit on the right side of the Prime Minister. So I don't understand what they're trying to say my artist is a local thing. I don't understand. Enough of them artists they're not even recognized.
Right. And just to this conversation also, the Gunners, real Gunners, said that Tommy Lee find a hit song around 5 years now. And I personally, to be honest with you, I have not been following up this person's his life or his music, because I personally I don't really listen to Tommy Lee. But as far as if there was a hit song, I would have sure know about it or remember about it. And I can say I have not heard anything. So, I mean, somebody can fact check us on that to see if there was actually a hit song. But it just from a place of my personal perspective, I really don't listen to Tommy Lee.
No, his last hit song with him and Sking. That's from back near to COVID for a long time. But man, just look at this. Our artists are carrying swing right now, and everybody I try to jump on the boat. Come on, the Gaza ship sinking. You know.
True.
Understand? Me see him run out and make posts with teeth him style and so forth. And my God, they come like say swampy, you know, they crooks them with that over, they beat him left, right, and center. Anytime I want to have a good laugh, if they are work on the board, we just go over there in the comment section and I shall have a laugh. Like I've never seen so much female crooks just beat him left, right. He's like I really a victim. Because right now right now I would say he's a victim of us now because we really are beating him badly. I think you need to make a report
to the man that win the clash. That 9 Indigo cigars are still in a panic mode. Definitely in a panic mode. We don't know where they are. And if I'm being completely honest, right? And again, I probably said this a couple of nights ago. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be some type of way. But I love the fact that they're being drawn out of the space. To HM point earlier, are the youth them time now? Are the youths them time now? And as any other youths them want to step up to the plate, them can step up to the plate. But as far as me see it right now, Alkaline and Masicka me see right now. Album drop, songs out there, a trend as far as Alkaline is concerned. He's on the charts and we see it. When I check the charts for Masicka, me see him up there too. So, I mean, you have to just give to Caesar what is due. And we know say Masicka Boasty song is trending, and both of them at times you're neck to neck on the charts, first and second or whatever the case may be. So I do use same time now. So I love to see that he's the Gaza people them they are being drawn outside of they're out of the conversation. I'm hearing a feedback.
Definitely, Mellz. Yeah, okay. Somebody's having a feedback.
Yeah, they're being drawn outside of the conversation, and I love that. And as far as the like what they're over there doing, like these Gaza vloggers, like what content do they have on a day-to-day basis? I don't want to like stray from the point, but I'm just always curious, like what, like these days, what them have over there for really talk about. But just to stay on topic though, like Gaza, I think they're in a panic mode, but I just want to not speak on them much because I just want them to be drawn outside of the space. Because right now, as far as relevance is concerned, they are not a part of this conversation right now, right? J Empress, I'm just going through the comment sections because I tend to not want to miss anything that you guys are saying is important. So J Empress says over a million Mellz. So definitely thank you for that information. HM say Mel Ravers. HM I want to tell us I can't dance, like me not a dancer. If me literally see something I can probably choreograph it and probably kind of like get them the move them kind of pat down. Like with the Masicka rock there and thing, I think I can maybe pat that down, but I'm not a dancer, right? As a Jamaican girl, so we can whine, but me can't dance like that. Like for dance move and something I always wish me could have done. Like when me see me say wacky them and them people them, when I say, boy, I wish could have run out but yeah, I'm not that type of girl. But anyways, but big up yourself, HM. Unfortunately, not a ravers, however, but a revolutionist. Right. Big up yourself, Crime Lord. Big up yourself. Masicka is international. Yes, that conversation doesn't even need to be a whole thing about it. We know what our artist is, and we just kind of like put that out there and tell the naysayers to go take a sleep and just never wake up back. All right. So Congo, I use Masicka Whites. I celebrate them going World Cup. Absolutely. Love to see that. And speaking of Congo is a place that I really hold dear to me as a part of an African nation. Don't want to sound too, however, big up to Congo, big up to them, and big up to them for using our artist song as a part of their celebration. Big up to them. And Real Gunners, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Let me pin that really quickly. Big up to Congo.
I want that 9 I beat you for now, Mellz. I mean, I talk say,
hold on, I'm gonna reach the stage.
Like the trouble?
I'm gonna reach this
okay.
again because I'm gonna take my time. I go through the comment section because I'm gonna really. Sometimes you guys say stuff and when we go back in the playback, I'm like, oh, I didn't see this. Some of us want to make the ones that when them have great ideas and the chat is going, kind of like read us certain comments and we kind of like chime in from then. Says that I'm gonna reach there yet, but I'm getting there.
Okay.
All right. So HM said, what's so crazy is I've been seeing a lot of reaction to both YouTube. Yeah, definitely. Americans and UK citizens, definitely. And we're going to look at the charts very soon. HM, and I'm going to look at the three main countries right now that are three of main countries that are the song is trending and it's trending really good. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. Mel one side, YouTube, Mellz one side, Revolutionist. Thank you for pinning that link, that 9 in the go. Guys, make sure that you're following the channel, you're liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. My bad sister J Empress, please make sure that we're going over to her channel and we're doing the due diligence as well to subscribe to her channel if you have not done that yet. That 9 Indigo, I have not seen all your comments yet, but if we can pin J Empress or put J Empress link in the description along with 4/4s in the comment section, that way we can have the ones them take a look who have not yet supported the channel as yet. Clean and fresh, big up yourself. Better late than never. Big up yourself, clean and fresh. Thank you for your support and thank you for all that you do. HM says even in Romania. So I'm guessing in Romania we have a fan base over there and we're currently trending over there too. So maybe I'll look at Romania and see. Big up yourself, clean and fresh. Masicka was the most booked artist last year. I have not looked into that information, but it's something that we can definitely fact check. I know that for this year he is busy and he's been booked doing his work, his due diligence out there. So big up to the artists. It's just for some of the ones in our space could go to those shows that we can get exclusive footage and stuff like that from his performance. All right. All right, so somebody said 2021, Gunners. I'm guessing that they're talking about really that song regarding Tommy Lee. All right, so that 9 say Mel brave up and tappy foolishness. Brave up, like I'm never scared, bro. Y'all know my last name, but that doesn't mean that there's no fear, right? So the fear on, as in the fear goes on, the fear leaves us, right? Warrior bloodline. So that's to kind of like put that out there. Very militant in the streets. We don't have no fear like that. We might get nervous, but not fear. Never fear. All right, so Cobalt Uptown said me probably free that one in my mind. All right, so let's move on. All right, so big up to the chat for those who are just joining us. Big up to yourself. Big up to yourself. Jamaica losing overtime. Crux night to everyone. Hothead Famous, big up yourself. Hothead Famous, thank you for joining the live tonight. Big up yourself, Hothead Famous. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Big up to Hothead Famous. All right, so I do want to share an article with you guys, and then we can look at the charts based on how Boasty is trending, right? We want to put certain things out there. As far as there's an article that I came across, and it just made me smile a little bit, and I hope that it will make you the ones them smile as well. Let me pull it up.
Masicka.
Let me pull it up really quickly. Just give me a second, guys. Give me a second. All right, so I have a clip of an article from Caribbean Life. So as far as the clipping goes, it's just a little synopsis based on the song that Masicka did. And there is a reporter in the article that was talking about the song and just talking a little bit about Masicka and for the year so far and how he's doing. So I wanted to share it with the ones. I'm going to read it for you guys. That way you can just be a part, you can hear what it is saying over here. So it's talking about Masicka, the internationally acclaimed dancehall star release is energetic new single and video, which is Boasty, through Def Jam Records, right? Our recordings. So setting the tone for a dynamic summer, right? So for a dynamic summer, On Boasty, Masicka celebrates a hard-earned victory, said Brooklyn-based Jamaican-born publicist. So this publicist's name is Ronnie Tomlinson. So Hayat's accent a smooth beat while he showcased his signature cadence. So the track rides his upbeat flow into an undeniable chorus, punctuated by fire and flavor, added the CEO of Destin Media in New York. So helmed by director Shane Creative, as we know that was the director of the video. The accompanying visual channel this energy on screen. So Tomlinson said that Masicka dominates scenes in a lavish mansion, in a busy nightclub. Still, he has never forgot where he came from. She said, we know Masicka is very humble. The clip alternates between these moments of celebration and vignettes of the star back where it all began in a small Jamaican town. So Tomlinson said that Boasty reflects on Masicka's journey while emphasizing his ongoing international growth. So she noted that Boasty follows the popular Life of Sin, which recently drew almost 1 million views. I don't know, it's over 1 million views now, right? Resonated with fans and capturing critical attention. So I just wanted to bring this article to you guys to let you know that our artist is indeed getting traction out there. And this was an article by Ronnie Tomlinson regarding the song, more so about the song Boasty and its traction, and also about the Life of Sin, which we know that was Masicka's first single that he did for the year so far. So big up to that. All right, let me just check in something really quickly. And then what we can go is, thank you, Indigo. Thank you for dropping the links in the comment section.
Your man is finally doing something productive, you know, instead of giving trouble.
We say Jay Embrace, we don't know it, but for some reason we say like, cause him always hot for you, and he's like, are you just hot for you, right, Bobby? Can't bother with it,
But I'm ready for him, you know, cause always like for trouble people. Jesus.
Oh my goodness. Jaja, hold on. I'm looking for my video. My video. All right, here we go. Alrighty. We're gonna look at the YouTube charts. Let's see what Mr. Gifted Hands, what he's been up to on the charts. All right, and again, it's all things Boasty, guys. All things Boasty tonight. You know, we saw what the fans are saying. We saw what the articles are saying. Right, and now we're looking what the charts are saying as far as our song and how trendy it is going on out there. And what I like to do is just to check from a 7-day standpoint. And I like to look for the United States, because, you know, that's a very big market for Masicka. And as we can see, you guys can see the screen, right? I'm just checking. Awesome. And as you guys can see, Boasty is the #1 song for Masicka in the US right now. And you can see as to where it's trending. We can see it's trending in New York, Miami, Atlanta, Orlando, Philadelphia, and Boston. That's the top 6 places. And we can literally, let's see if I can make it into a top 10. All right, and we have Baltimore, we have Brookfield, we have Houston, and we also have Los Angeles. Love the fact that Houston, I see Houston on this list, New York on this list, Miami and Atlanta, because I had a caller who called in a couple days ago, and some of these places were places that he was making mention of because he's familiar with these areas. And he was like, oh, I just want to, call in to let you guys know that, these are places where the songs, Masicka is a big impact in these places. So it's good to see when we pull up the chart is showing that. And of course, the number one is in New York. Yes.
Sorry, yes. Mellz. Me just going to say, what going with my stamping ground? Me not what happened for New York, but you said New York, so all right, I'm good.
Miami is there, man. Second panel.
Yeah, New York and Miami, yeah, man.
Yeah, the panelists. So yeah, of course, big up to the artist where that is concerned. And As you can see, White is just there because White is the song. White that just fight for dear life. And just a little highlight on Life of Sin, still in the top 5. Still in the top 5 as far as one of the trending songs for Masicka, with Sex is there at number 3. And that is just far as United States is concerned. And let's look at the United Kingdom. And for the United Kingdom, I mean, I watched this song trend from being number 4 to number 3, and I was at number 2, Boasty, in the United Kingdom. Whites, I don't know, man. Like Whites, Whites is just what it is. Crack in the UK. It is just what it is. Boasty's number 2 though, and I cannot complain with that. Number 2 so far, and it's not even yet a week, so it's pretty much interesting to see next Wednesday when the charts are updated as to where Boasty will be, or in the coming days as to where it is. People are watching from London, Birmingham, Manchester, Bristol, Sheffield, and Nottingham, just to show that the top 6 out there. And just on the topic again of international, right? However, we have our artists trending in these places. So I don't know about you, but it seems pretty international to me. And I love to look at Germany for couple of reasons. Masicka did a calibration over there, and we know that we have the Germany show coming up, and so said, so done. We do have Boasty, that is the number 1 trending song in Germany for the past 7 days right now, and we can see like the different areas where people are listening from, from Cologne, from Berlin, Frankfurt, Hamburg, Munich, and we also have from Stuttgart that people are listening to. So those were my top 3 places I wanted to show you guys to show all the song is trending.
About Canada.
We can check for Canada, and I think I'm gonna check for Romania, because somebody in the chat mentioned Romania earlier. And just in case you're wondering, why is it so important to show you the charts? It's just for you to see that, listen, hey, a song is dropped. How is it doing on the charts? So you guys can see it. A nightmare would have not seen it on the charts whatsoever, right? However, it's to show you guys that it's there. It's in the top 5. It's in the top 3. And in most areas, it's the number 1 trending song for the artists. And for Canada, we can see where it is number 1 in Canada as far as the top trending Masicka song over there. Toronto, Montreal, Brampton, Mississauga, Calgary, and Vancouver, the top 6 places. And then, of course, you have Whites, number 2, with 6, Life of Sin, number 4, right? And as you can see, just to point out, as far as a Canada perspective, a lot of these songs are relatively new songs from Masicka catalog. Some artists will tend to look on their catalog, and it's just the older songs that they have done that is trending. They may drop a new song, and those songs are not trending. So I tend to have this eyebrow-raising thing where, okay, if we're dropping songs and we're claiming that we're having impacts, how is it that these songs that you're dropping, they're not even making top 10 type of thing? So I wanted to bring these to your attention, right? Boasty, Life of Sin is there as well. And we still have Whites there, relatively new. We also have Rich Sex there as well. Keys is still in the top 10. And we also have Autocrat, relatively new, in the top 7. And just on the conversation of Romania, let's put Romania, right? I think I did, right? Topic of Romania, because somebody in the chat mentioned, yes, it is the number 1 song in Romania right now, Boasty. Whites is there at number 2. Like Gold is at number 3. Red Sex at number 5. And you guys can see from the screen like the different songs over there that is trending. Let's just pause for a second and let me just check in with the chat to see what's going on there.
Mellz.
Yes.
Just want to listen, man. I rock it that that the song that take off and gone. Liquid everything and gone. Rock it that, man. I can't catch up.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, sometimes we tend to come to the conversation, Jay, and we tend to like talk. I'm like, oh, the song is doing so well, yada, yada, yada. But we cannot go against the charts. We can't go against the logics and show people, hey, what really is happening out there. That we're not making these things up. It's literally in our faces and we can see it, right? Based on what's happening. So, we
Yeah,
look
that
at,
chat was very informative. Thank you
yeah,
for showing that.
no problem. So it's good when we can look at on the charts and we can show you guys what's happening, right? And showing that our artist is indeed making waves. We can definitely show that, listen, hey, a song dropped, what are the people listening to, and showing that people are gravitating. And to Lex Boss's comment that he made earlier regarding the mere fact that our artist, as we know it, is international, because it shows from the places that people are listening from, and it also shows from the shows that's been booked and things like that. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. All right, who remember the interview, guys? So while we're gearing up for album mode, and we know that it's the year of the albums, Alkaline dropped his album, a little over a week ago, and as we know it, there are other artists gearing up for their albums. We know that Protege is gearing up for his album, and a little bit on Protege a little bit later on from now. But we also know that Masicka is gearing up for his album. And that's on the topic of album, because whether we want to, or not us really, but whether some persons want to agree or they want to agree to disagree, when it comes to albums, Masicka always tend to make waves where that is concerned. So I tend to want to bring to you guys' attention to kind of remind you of an amazing album that is close to a lot of us and still remain close to us, as we tend to listen to this album each and every day. And just in the year of albums is something that's important to share, while we kind of like bring you guys down memory lane as far as albums is concerned. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to bring you guys down memory lane regarding this independent debut album, which is no other than, drumroll please, album 438. So we're going to look at this little interview to show that as far as album is concerned, we tend to always do the right thing when it comes to albums, and we have a fan base that we wear ourselves with pride. As far as when Masicka drop a good body of work, we know that how important that is. So let's listen to what world media had to say regarding this album while we're gearing up for our new album in 2026, no other than album 438.
438. Give him a round of applause for that. That album was released 2 years ago, and it's still in the top 10 on Apple Music Jamaica. Never been done.
Yeah.
Did you have to use the classic album, and I'm calling it a classic, to leverage to get a record deal, or they just signed you as a brand new artist?
I think the album played a major role in me signing, because from my understanding, from what I learned from the record labels, is most of the time them looking for a package, not just one song, not just one vibe, you know what I mean? And the thing is, music does sell, same way people don't understand that. It's just the quality of the music. You understand? Music sells.
Yes, hear that, right? The quality of the music. Quality of the music. Just to kind of put that out there for the bush watchers in case that may go gone over their heads. Big up in the chat to 44. My bad brother, big up yourself 44. And I saw Black Star Boy earlier. Big up to yourself. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation tonight. Big up on yourself. Road to album, right? We're listening to no other than the man himself, which is Masicka, regarding his album 438. That's a drag us down memory lane.
People still buy music, people still interested in the music. 438 sells, like up to this day, it's still selling, you know what I mean? And the thing is, all right, with my deal and with my situation was, yeah, them like the music, them like the content, but where do I see myself going in 5 years' time? You understand? Do you see yourself becoming a superstar? Do you see yourself selling millions of records? You know what I mean? Because if it's not that, then it don't make no sense. You understand? So it was basically like that.
Why did you need a label?
Make sure the ones that might listen keenly, and the bushwatchers that might listen keenly, because when I saw this, I didn't listen to the entire interview, and I think maybe at some point I need to listen to the entire thing. But when I saw this clip, I was literally like, oh, the ones that need to see this, because there are times when we draw certain platforms and have certain conversations, it tends to where some other camps they made when they are backed into a corner, they love to say, oh, but he's on a label and is this and is that, and this artist is independent. Yes, we get that, but there's pros and there's cons. So I want the ones them to really listen to what Masicka is saying regarding that question that was asked. Why you think you need a label?
I felt like I have done everything I could throughout the Caribbean. Like I've been to most of the countries like 6, 7, 8 times, and it's for me it's more structure, not money. You know what I mean? And growth. So with the record label now, you can reach. All right, doing it yourself. Time consuming, and then you're gonna need the right team, right. You understand what I say? So personally with the record label is I already had a structure working off. So it wasn't from scratch. You understand? So
structure. Everybody knows that J Empress, maybe this is something that you can talk about because you're also in that space that I am in as well, as far as work is concerned, work is concerned, right? It's so important to have structure in whatever that you do. And especially as an artist, you need to have structure, and you need to have that sense of discipline too. And if we are talking about it, this is something that we bring to the conversation all the time, where the things that we're seeing and the mistakes that we are making, or we're seeing being made in dancehall, is the mere fact that lots of these artists, they tend to not have structure. And I don't want to personally single anybody out, but there are certain artists, based on certain songs that they do, certain things that they said, right? We can know that there is a sense of where there is no structure, right? And we know that when it comes to Masicka, we can know this from different interviews that he has done. I think on previous panels, it was also we mentioned about that clipping that he made mention of, that when he go into the studio, he treat that like it's work, right? He doesn't vacation, he doesn't take a break, he's just always working, right? So when a person has structure, and not only structure, but they tend to have this thing pat down, where they build things from foundation, and they want to bring their self out more, or for people to see them more. And I think, hey, I think I've outgrown the shell, and I need to be on a bigger aspect. And of course, trying the pros and trying the cons, it make more sense to be able to pick get into a label,
Yeah.
right?
I can add to what
Of
you.
course, yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Lex.
All right. So I think the reason why enough naysayers, the first thing them to, oh, you signed to a label, that's why. You see, it's all about, if you understand, it's called music business for a reason. They add on the business for a reason. Music is 90% business and 10% talent, because at the end of the day, you're selling a product. You understand me? And they don't understand that when you see, you're as an artist, when you scale, sometimes you need more resources in order to distribute
Yes.
your product. You understand me?
Yes.
So you doing it by yourself, you might not have the links and the connection to get into certain doors.
Mm-hmm.
So enough time I see people talk about they think it's a flex when they can say, oh, my artist do this by himself. How long? Remember, I said enough artists were independent, when them reach 50, them a reach in a certain places, and I get certain accolades and then at certain places, but yet still you have an artist like Young, like Chensia, and them other artists that achieve those in them earlier days, because guess what? It's all about business. You get, when you enough people thinking signing to a label is a bad thing, but you only a bad thing when you do not know what you're signing to, and you don't have nothing to bring to the table, because you have to remember these people are investing their money.
Yes.
Remember, it's not like, it's not free money. You can't just see you can't expect somebody to just take their millions and you and just throw it at you. You have to look and know where you're signed to. So enough of the time, the reason why enough artists don't excel is because they don't treat the music like business. They treat it like a plaything, or they treat it like they treat it every other way otherwise from business.
Mm-hmm.
And If you watch how Masicka operate, him treat the music like a business. That's why he has been so successful. You never hear no promoter come out and complain about him yet. Because him always on time. I never yet him there one show and late for him set. He's always on time. He's very professional. You
Yes.
understand me? So that is why when it comes on to the business, that's why I'm saying lock the business without the suit is because that's how him see it. Him take him things serious. That's why I'm always do quality over quantity.
Yeah.
He's a quality artist. He has something called quality control. You understand me? That's why I see some artists, them own it, them see them reach them ceiling is Jamaica because it's when music at Jamaica, it bugger. It has no system here. You understand me? You know, no labels, you know. So the artists them just do as them like and them not no structure. When you go into them big if them like overseas to them big events here, you're there on like Grammys, all them places, they run off a system, they run off a structure. You understand me? So if you're not structured, you won't understand. And that's why enough of the time when them artists are going to sign to labels and them thing, them have the lazy mentality where them feel like, oh, me sign a piece of paper and then the labels are going to just take my career from point A to point B and me just relax. That's not how it works. You understand me? I say
Yeah.
these labels are like silent partners. You have a business. You want to go. You want to grow your business. You go to the bank. You get a loan. The bank willing to lend you, but you have to pay at interest rate. But guess what? You taking that money and make sure say you have a business plan and structure where you know say, all right, then me taking this $10 million, me can flip it to 40, $50 million. You understand me?
Yeah.
You have to put in the legwork and not the bank. The bank, when the bank lending them money, they are looking for a return on their investment.
Yes.
You as the person who took the risk have to go out there and make sure it's said you make back the bank money plus your profit. And that's why enough artists then can't excel because they don't have the mindset where them don't see it as a business. And that's why Masicka has always been top of his game. You understand me?
Yeah.
So I think this thing when I talk about every time they move the goalpost or him sign to a label. So what? That's the whole point of business. When you're at when you reach a ceiling and you want to scale and to upwards, you're going to partnerships
Yes.
and grow and when you go into partnership, you have access to somebody else distribution system because guess what? They might have the system already in place. So the time when you didn't want to try figure out things and say, oh, I have to go build my own distribution system, I have to go do this. And when you want to make $10 million, by you partnering somebody, you make $300 million. It makes more sense to just partner with somebody and know say you getting 50% or 300 million is that's 150 million. But you doing it by yourself is just 10 million. So at the end of the day, enough people don't understand the economics and the structure of business. You understand me? They're not business minded. That's why it's enough of the time with people who don't run business. I tell people how to run business, and that's why those businesses ever fail. Because guess what? You can't ask somebody when they never run a business and taking their advice. I tell you how to run a business. You understand what I say, Mellz?
Yes.
And that's the thing. That's why enough of the time when I hear them people talk about the artists need to do this and the artists need to do that. If they them themselves know nothing about music. They don't know how them never in our studio, they don't understand nothing about contract, they don't know nothing about collab, they don't know nothing about the whole, them just feel like them have a voice through them on social media.
Yes.
And them expect say them saying something or a group of persons saying something, they think that oh, what they're saying makes sense, but it does not because if I was an artist, a Jamaican artist, me were born and grew up Jamaica, and my music is locally in Jamaica. Oh, you think me I just come up out of nowhere and just blast off, go in mainstream and I the hip hop, the rock and go and go against the all of these genre they we have them giants and them stuff there. And I say work. You have to understand, say in order for you get access to them rooms there for being at them places, you have to you have to structure your thing and get and try to get access to their distribution channel. That's why I say Sean Paul and Shaggy are gonna always be. They might not sign the perfect deals. Maybe if they had somebody who did not structure them properly back in the days and cause them never understand the business. The difference is Masicka, him like when do him study the business first. And he had and he understand the business before him make him deal. Some people they never understand him, just see the deal and just run it and him never read the fine print.
Right.
But at the end of the day, sometimes
Stick up in Lex Boss. So just based on what you said a while ago, right? They don't read in the fine prints, because as we know that as far as when it comes to labels, there are pros and there's cons. And again, reading into those fine prints so we can know what maybe those cons are, right? That where then there's no entanglement that happen. And in reality, some artists, they may not want to sign to, to label. And I mean, that's fine. I mean, again, some artists prefer to do things on your own independently, but what are your thoughts regarding that?
Lex Boss, we're not hearing you. You're on mute.
Yeah, I think he's muted.
Mellz, he did a great job explaining that.
Yeah,
most of what he was saying is what I was thinking, and every point he touched on, I said that's exactly what I was thinking. He did a really good job explaining that. The man quality can't depart from Masicka.
Yeah.
He's all about quality, right? The structure, right? The consistency, the discipline, right?
Yes.
I'm so tired of these people with this sign to label business. Them people, them need to stop, because if you start a business, right, and you can only go so far by yourself with the capital that you have or the resources you have, but you have the dream to go bigger, you now go reach out and branch out to banks and get loans and investors and stuff like that to make your business get to the next level? Or are you just willing to stay at the level where you are at and just hope and pray that your business is going to blow up, or somebody just going to come take it over for you and just do the work? No, it takes consistency, structure, dedication, right? And you have to put the hard work in there for you to be able to kind of see the return on your investment. So I don't understand why they keep talking about this labor thing like it's a bad thing. And like Les Bob just said, the man went to put in the work first, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why nobody can fool him. So even if he went to go sign to a label, I'm pretty sure he knew or had an expectation of what he was looking for, because he did it first on his own, right? So nobody can give him no bogus something for sign. Him know what he wants, because he did the legwork himself. You understand what I'm saying? They need to stop with this label stuff like that take anything away from Masicka. They need to stop it. The man put in the work, and he's at the level now where he's like, he want to reach a broader audience, and he wants to be able to can have like an investor, right, to take him to the next level. Nothing is wrong with that, because at the end of the day, him put in the work, see him where them not do the work for him. You understand what I'm saying? So they need to let that go. That don't make no sense to me. That's all I wanted to say, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that contribution, J Empress. Lex, I didn't know if you were finished with your point. You were making some excellent points, of course. I don't know if I think I asked a couple questions earlier, based on the fact that we understand too, right? We're not taking away from the fact that some artists, they prefer to do things independently, and that's fine. I don't know if you had anything to say about that. And, of course, because I mentioned in previously regarding that, the mere fact that with everything there's pros and cons, and within the contract of signing, there are pros and there are cons to it as well. I don't know if you had anything to say on that, where you still, while you were on the topic of what you were saying regarding signing to the label.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going with StreamYard. But yeah, hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is just in order for you to be in certain places, nothing wrong in working with somebody. You understand me? I say.
Mm-hmm.
That's why enough of them favorite artists for them keep on. I said, big artists, them only big in a diaspora. But if you try to size them up with, like, as I said, Shaggy or Sean Paul, them just can't attain certain levels, because guess what? Them just don't have the links nor the connections. You understand me? And an idea, that's just business. You understand me? So Masicka do the right thing, man, and him know where him smart enough to know what him signing to, because I don't hear him complaining. I don't hear Def Jam complaining. You understand me? I say,
Yes.
I never him sign how long now. I mean, I hear nobody I say him get kicked from him label. And me sure knows me know all artists for them label drop them because them just after them get that one hit there so or them just can't produce. You understand me? I say.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And for example, like by Trency has gotten a lot of international collabs. If it wasn't for the label, yet I don't think she would have access to those. You understand me? I don't think she would ever have access to like the Mike Carey and all them things there because you come from Jamaica and big in the US, and that's how it goes. Sometimes that man try explain to people says business sometimes who you know. And I label them, I go put you in a certain places where you have access to a distribution or put in a places where you need to be at. You understand me? I say?
Yes. Yes.
Because they're and it's just you alone and they are investing in you also. You understand? And then if they never see the potential of making money, they would not invest in it. So for the time I see it, no people talk about them artists, this and them artists not sign. Because because the other people just don't see them as an investment. Them see them as an investment risk. Because if they did see where them can make money, they would have no problem. I will give you any amount of money because they will see a return on their investment. But some of them artists there, them now go see the return on their investment. You understand me? That's why they don't even waste them time even trying to sign them. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
So Masicka is doing great and nothing wrong. The man dropped him album 438 and he was assigned to a label and that album is a classic as the man said. And it did numbers. You understand me?
Yes.
Nobody can dispute that. 438 to this date still at turn heads and still up on the chart. So him do it with a label and do it without a label. And 438 was the reason why people even why the label as Def Jam even wanted to do business because guess what I say? No man, if you can do it on your own and do so much, let's see what we back in you, what you can do. You understand me? And then Masicka himself said him feel like him reach a roof and him want to go up on the next level. Nothing is wrong with that. Cause every artist where you know of, them have to partner up with somebody, somewhere, somehow. Cause not when it comes to music, it's all about business. You don't have to be a label per se. You have promoters, you have different brand where you do brand deals with. You understand me I say?
Yeah.
Because it's business. And it's sooner and that's it reached to a point where people are talking about doing collabs is a problem. Nothing wrong with collabs. You understand me? Some of the biggest songs them where you dance with enough dance artists gets are collabs. Collabs, you just work is just like business. You and me come together. I will create something. Nothing wrong with that. And as you see right now, Masicka the man where everybody are linked for collab. You understand me? If he wasn't doing good business and if he never did do good in the music, you think all them people over there link him forget them collab because them know say having a collab from Masicka, it actually goes somewhere,
Yeah.
unlike some other artists. You understand me?
And even on the topic of collab too, like remember Protege, Protege actually teases an upcoming release for his new album. And of course, Masicka entered the chat because it's no secret by now that Masicka is going to be on that collab. So I just kind of want to like tweak that into your conversation and your point that nobody goes to something or someone that is not producing.
Okay.
So we know that this Masicka is producing, and the mere fact that he's producing, other artists want to tie themselves to that artist. Like if I'm an artist and I'm here, right, and I want to, of course, bring my thing, and I say I'm doing a song, and I would love to have a collab on this song. Like, what could I do? Who could I add? And it's no Masicka is there, like, and to the point, right? Nobody have the blood clot hits but me, right? Nobody have the blood clot. So people know this. We see Junior Gong in the studio with him the other day, and that is cannot be something that is normal. Lex Boss and Protege is here. The Romaine Virgos, the Craniums,
The
right?
Dexter
The
Daps,
Camille, the Dexter
the
Dubs,
Popcorn,
the Popcorns, the Keznandi,
the
right?
Lila Ike.
The list goes on and on. So what are we what are we trying to do to the artist, and what are we trying to do? So all of a sudden collabs is not important. Is that why the Veneta boss did not have any collabs on his album? Like, come on, guys. We need to keep certain things going and stop kind of like cut corners, because I think a part of what's happening in dancehall right now, that there's a lot of corners that's been cut. So therefore, we're not focusing on things that really matters anymore. Like collaboration, like those things literally showcase like the diversity and showcase the balance and the talent in the music.
I'm gonna add something to what you said before, Mister. That same person you just said, we said him do it without collabs. One of his biggest accomplishments is a collab with the group named Texin, with that group there. That's one of his biggest. That's his big right now. I would say that's his biggest accolades in the music right now. When it comes to numbers and all that stuff. But guess what? You see, what I realize when it comes on to Masicka, you see, once them can't dispute something, they move the goalposts.
Yeah. Love that comment from that 9 Indigo. It says diversity opens the global market. Absolutely. Yes, it does. We have, and on the topic like of collabs, like we have come through so many different eras of music, like, and specifically speaking dancehall and reggae. And some of the best hits that we have gotten is from collabs, right? And we're gonna be for real. We're not gonna be biased about it. Like one of those hits were Ramping Shop with Cartel and Spice. Like that song, bro, as slow and steady as that song was. I will probably be bad enough. Will probably be bad through that song there. I'm gonna say be for real. Like the chemistry and the vibe. Yes, the chemistry and the vibe that was there between the two artists was extremely important, and for them to showcase their art and just to be in coincidence.
All right, Mellz. All right, you're gonna crash them party now. You realize how you check the charts all up and all you see whites and rich sex there. Every chart and dep on the charts, right? And that sing from 2024 and 25, right? And right now, them favorite artists, the only me know if you have facts, the biggest song on ever stream is a collab with the man Trensia. The same panic where them keep on a talk about over and over, or what have you. So at the end of the day, if doing collab was such a no-no, why the so-called Froggy do it then? Why? Basically, every song where him run with is a collab. It could be real. Like right now, him have the most collab from the year start. So I guess if I saw when me hear people are talk about collab, right now I'm wishing you'd have a massive collab right now. Right now it's supposed to hit enough for your fret.
As far as collab goes as well, that 9 Indigo also said Sean Kingston and Alkaline collaboration was huge. That was a huge collab. That nine, yes, it was a big, so again, the diversity of the music, right, opens up that market where two artists can come together and just make good chemistry, right? And showcase your talent, right? So as far as collabs goes, and sometimes if you notice, it's coming from some of their favorite artists who's not such a big thing on collabs. We can definitely speak towards those things. One second, Lex. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so a lot of these naysayers, and again, sometimes we tend to like take away so much things from the culture or from the genre. We tend to drown out things that are so important to us. Lots of big collabs out there, right? The Beanie Man and they take it way back for a little bit further. The Beanie Man and the Saw. Oh my God, that song! Me bucket up in my thing there, my Spotify the other day. I'm like, oh my God, bro. Y'all know how I feel about those songs, right? The Beanie Man and the Saw, and one thing lead to the next. Me pull up the we call it. Me pull up the Spagga Benz and the Saw, right? I'm telling you that great chemistry also comes through the collaborations from diversity, right? And just putting the music out there on a global scale. So thanks for that one, that 9. Bobby Don, big up yourself. Thanks for being a part of the conversation tonight. Also to Anandi, you're here. Big up yourself, Anandi. Thanks for joining us in. Anandi don't have a wrench. Let me drop a wrench on the Anandi. Yeah, I don't know if you wanted to say something. Lex, you could go ahead. I'm just gonna drop a wrench on.
Well, all me say, we need no the crux them needs to focus and nobody run with every narrative. Cause me want I to them me want crux can come out but in the love you say. You hear them say, oh, Masicka on the bus nobody and you need to do that because very that glad. I say, listen, you need to stop tell artists what to do because you're not artists. You understand me? Sometimes we don't understand say no for the time. Mellz, you can be playing on the street. I worry there, because guess what? Honestly, we are the aggressor, but we have to defend ourselves, you understand me? And a lot of mind games are play, and we as a crooks, we have to understand, say, sometimes some people, we say anything move the goalpost just because they want us to lose focus on the bigger picture frame. You understand me, I say?
Yeah, I understand you, but I just wanted to like comment on on um on something that you just said earlier. Not that I disagree, but there are sometimes things are two-folded.
Mm-hmm.
We have to also understand too, Lex, and you might disagree, you may agree
Mm-hmm.
that as Masicka or artists, we do have rights to kind of like say what we want to see. So it's not so much about like being too greedy or wanting too much, but every single in my like let's bring it just to one side type of thing. Every single crux they want to see different sides of Masicka, maybe in some way, shape, or form. Because
But I totally agree, nothing wrong with that. But when you're influenced by like with me, you see, if you genuinely want to see something else,
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that. But you see, when you never make somebody else from the other side that influence you, and you start of thinking like you say, you start thinking particular because some Gaza man said this or some vendetta. And because them say no, you come we have that mindset where you put you know if
oh
you
yeah, I
know
get okay. So yeah, I know fully
you
understand
okay,
what
and
you're
you
saying.
see
Yeah.
the artists are doing thing, and you know all of a sudden you say you
Yo,
hear some Gaza fan and say look how much artists for me boss your artist no boss nobody he need to boss somebody, and then you come up with the mindset and say yo Masicka need to boss somebody, because cartel. If that's what I'm trying to say, like
Yeah, understood.
don't make don't make other people and their thinking and how them and their point of view influence you as a person. You understand me?
True. Yeah,
Yeah,
understood.
that's
Understood.
yeah,
Your
yeah,
point is
man.
taken, Lex. Anandi,
what's
welcome
up?
to the panel. What's going on?
Bless up, present night. But yeah, just checking, you see me, because there from night, just kind of bored, but man, I did up on my phone. I say,
Mm-hmm.
man, I see what I'm going over on the live, man. I plan up on it. You see me?
Yeah.
Occasionally, I look up to and talk a while ago. When we not be a DJ, it'll be like everybody. We not have a bus. We not have a bus to a dance hall for beginner. I look, hype off a man career, The artist has a focus on film career. Enough other local young artists there on him put to the forefront already. You see
Mm-hmm.
me? But not say why them are go try. Them are find every beef for try the comparison business. I wanna really work with that.
Right.
Yeah.
And we and
Me and
we have a mind of our own too, right? So just because just to Alexis' point, somebody else over there is saying it, right? We should have the confidence to not listen. Hey, like we don't have to tie our artists to certain things. But again, there's pros and there's cons as far as growth and things like that. But just to Alexis' point, right? We don't have to tie the artist to certain things because other people are doing it.
No, that's not supposed to be a submission. To
Right.
say him have to do that at all times to stay relevant. No. Other every in a life, that's what I'm saying. Seven brother and seven different mind. You get me? Say
Yeah.
everybody now come out and the same levels as nobody else. I only think them can be themselves and be good. You see me?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
they
agree.
but they are on the road, but they are gonna look some upgrade, Get grade up there. So I mute a bit. But listen, I listen to the conversation, see me, right?
All right, now share your word, Onandi. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing your points regarding.
Man, day I do no, man, I can't know.
Yeah, no
Just a
problem.
try
Me know you're mute, but I just say thank you for bringing the contributions so far.
at all times. At all times.
All right, now
All
share
right.
your word.
All right. So, Mills.
Yeah, go ahead, Lex.
Yeah. So, me totally understand what you're saying, and just to add a little bit more clarity to what me I say, right?
Mhm.
For example, everybody, people are say Masicka needs to clash, Masicka needs to clash, right? Say we will clash will go on with Tamale. What has that done for Masicka? Has done nothing for Masicka. It has done a lot for Tamale. If you understand what I say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So because so no for a time when you see some people push some narrative and you it's to benefit them own self,
Yeah.
or for themselves. Because guess what? Right now, me and them gonna say the man need to clash Alkaline, man and clash Alkaline. I've never heard Alkaline disrespect Masicka, or me never even call him name. So why Masicka have go? Why you Masicka have go time way for go answer some? You understand what I'm saying, Mills?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. No for a time you hear some narrative being pushed, and sometimes it's a psychological thing, Because you hear some people push certain narrative and you start hear it and then till you start question it. So me I tell you say crux them now if you have be a strong mind because there's a lot of mind games out there being played. You understand me I say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. True.
And if you don't know, and if you don't know what you do, because we're there on social media every day and thing, when you start hear things over and over, you will start questioning yourself and start say, wonder if my artist I really think them attack, and you start look into things when that's not even there. You start believe you start believe things that are made up and think it's facts. You understand me? I say
Yes.
so that's all me I say crux have a mind on our own. I mean, nobody influence you and think. Cause sometimes people do pay. No, trust me, a lot of people out there are playing mind games, and it's real. You understand me? Nobody feels like this deeper than the news because guess what? See, Masicka, I wanted the youth of them caught out, and he's feared, You understand me? You realize if from both drop every the month from the year from the whole clash come right from Sunfest come right down. You realize they've been trying to drag Masicka in a mud. Them try to attack him character. Them try to criticize him. Because a couple years ago, Masicka could do no wrong, Masicka the next big thing, Ray, and blah blah blah, and Masicka this. And because we not sign, we not sign, we not under vibes, or we just not depend on certain things, and we are be our own man, which is me not see nothing wrong in a man being a man and being him own man. You see me being him own boss. All of a sudden now, everything that was okay, now you have one flow, you have this. All of them things here are mind games them a play in order because our real crux now say Masicka don't have one flow.
Yes.
It might, but when me hear real crux fan I try defend I say Masicka I just want you. Sometimes it's a mind game. It's like a manipulation. People, they have to understand that these vloggers and influencers, they are influencers for a reason. Them try to influence your train of mind and thought, and then make you start even try discredit your own artist, or like you try to push a certain narrative till you start push a narrative that was not even there. You understand me? I say, Mel.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to say. I'm not say nobody. I'm not say the crux them now. If you give them critique and so forth, just don't get critique based on other people manipulation. Cause we not as I say while and nobody can groom me. You understand me? Yeah.
That's true, and that happens like in so many different, in so many different things, in so many different what would I call it? Not just from an artist perspective. Like you have to have a mind of your own, and I love the fact that you brought this up and you're able to double down on the mere fact that you have to know your artists, right? A lot of these people, they are out here for a long time supporting the artist, but when certain narrative comes, they don't know how to push back and they don't know how to use the facts to back up the claims versus using emotions and using everything else in between, right? So I love the fact that you brought this to the forefront, like especially from a sense of a one side movement. We have to learn to think for ourselves, right? And know the right thing and know the wrong thing, right? Feel out certain things, feel out certain environments, and just understand that the swamp is our home, and it's supposed to be somewhere where, you know, we are welcome to go anywhere we want to go, and go back and forth. And that's just my stance where that is concerned. I would never look at any you differently. Like, so I would never look at J Empress, just using the panel as an example, or Nandi differently. If I should see Onandi having a conversation with somebody else who is not, who is not one side. And I believe when it gets to things like that, where we're trying to have people think for us, it becomes a problem, right? Where we have the opportunity, our people have the opportunity, or should have the opportunity, to think for themselves and make certain choices, and we support them to the fullest. It shouldn't come from, when I see things like those happening, it comes from a place of, insecurity. It comes from a place of, just anger, a place of hate. And that's not what Masicka represents. And I always say to myself, like, the day I feel as though I cannot uphold this brand anymore, as far as the Masicka brand anymore, that's the day I'll be like, hey, I'll just close my computer and I'll just not do this anymore. Because everything that we do, especially as vloggers, especially as representing for the brand, it's extremely important. So I love to bring it here, because as a vlogger, I can say that it speaks to me deeply, and on a music level, and from a fan base perspective, it speaks to you deeply. And sometimes even just to walk away from certain conversation, if you know you don't have the mental capability to be able to withstand certain info, or okay, that's great, thank you for that, I can look into it, and then I can fact check you on that type of thing.
Yeah,
But
on the rise, something very important on the top about, like, pertaining to what fans think, or what they believe. You see me? Me as a fan, there's nothing where people can brainwash my mind towards the artist, because and say, oh, me don't follow the movement for a while now. You see me? For a while, so me know what the artist to do from what the artist want to do. Knowing Masicka is not a, person who are gonna do certain things. So when you see people say some things about the artist, you have to know that. You have to know, so as you said, vloggers, them have to do some things so them can get views. So
Yeah. Naim,
yeah, I can hear you, like.
Oh.
And your line is going in and out of it. I don't know if you're in a. Anandi, your line is going in and out.
I don't think he's hearing you, Mellz.
Yeah, I'm just gonna remove him, just so he can probably like rejoin. All right. I don't want to mess this thing up here. Let me see if I can maybe add him back. Hey, Nandi, can you hear us? I had to remove it because you're going in, and I don't know if you're in a rough patch, but we cannot hear you clearly. Maybe try to say something and see if we can hear you. All right, let's just pause him for a second until he be able to come in. Maybe he's gonna. I personally don't want to kick him from the panel and then he can't rejoin. So I don't know how that works. Somebody can probably let me know. And I cannot even mute his mic. I don't know. All right. So Lex, you were about to say something?
No, man. Proceed, man.
Okay. Yeah, man. So it's just good to have a mind of your own. And even as far as me being here and talking and whatnot, like I'm not here to convince anybody or whatnot. I'm just here as a representation, and that's just what it is. At the end of the day, Masicka is the artist, and I'm just a mere fan. I'm just the mere person who literally is just out here representing him to the fullest. And again, the day I feel as though I cannot uphold the brand, that's the day I will definitely walk away. Right? So it's a representation. I'm a representation of that. We are all representation of that. And I'm just saying that it's good to represent the brand very well. Black Star Boy is on the panel. Welcome to the panel, Black Star Boy.
Oh, yeah, man. And everybody in the chat. May I page upon something else?
I saw it, but I wasn't gonna bring it to the live because I already made a connection since yesterday with what you text me about. So just for me to follow up with her when I'm ready, which I will.
Okay.
Because you just be playing Chinese telephone with Lex, so I have already reached out to her directly. I just need to update her on more info, and that's what that was.
I think he's having a connection problem too.
Yeah, I think you're also having a connection problem also as well.
Everybody have connection problem.
Awesome. I don't know what's going on,
yeah.
But I can hear Lex, and I can yes.
Yeah,
again. Yes. I don't know if you're talking now because we're not hearing nothing now.
It link man.
Yeah, seems like they're having a hard time, Mellz.
We're having a hard time. So maybe just try to maybe connect again and see if we could hear you. Yes, guys. So I mean, we're still on the topic too. We don't want to stray too much from the album conversation. Still on the album conversation. Let's just finish up with that video that we were watching regarding the album 438. We're in album mode. So 438 out of the gate, our very first album, amazing. We're still watching it, still trending. Just to kind of hear this wonderful feedback regarding what Masicka was saying about, him and the label and stuff like that. Let's just finish it off.
They come in now, them can say, all right, this is the direction. We have this to spend. This is the type of connections that you need. This is the stuff that you do. Me coming from the Caribbean island, it's very difficult to, you understand what I say, to kind of cross over with the music and without the stuff say. So the record label is good in some sense, and it all depends on the artist's work ethic. So you can't depend on the label to do everything. You understand? You can't depend, because the label, really and truly, the label don't care. Them have 100 artists where it's just another product, if you understand what I mean, until you prove yourself. You understand? So it's just up to the artists to work hard and show them so them got it, and you know what I mean? Definitely.
Masicka has the most streamed album, as in Jamaican streams, 438. Give him a round.
I just wanted to replay that part again, just for the ones that possibly would have missed that. But yes, guys, well said. And Lex, in the last part of it, you hit the nail on the head because you explained all of that earlier. So I just wanted to point out how spot on you were on regarding that last part of the conversation.
Definitely. Okay, so we know say one side people don't see no man. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah, and then on the topic of the albums, I saw a little funny video. You know how I feel about the little funny videos. And when I saw it, I was like chuckling up a little bit. I'm like, I'm going to show the ones this. Hold on. Do I still have it? Where are you? Oh, here it is. I was kind of like chuckling up a little bit because I was like, all right then. Since we're we were talking about album, we're in album mode, I was like, oh, it was just so funny to show this. I don't know if you guys can relate. You guys can see my screen. I don't know if you guys can relate, but gone were the days when he said, the album was great if they hit, and if they hit, right, with the lean over on this cover. So I saw it and I was like cracking up because you see Lionel Richie on the album cover leaning over, and we know Lionel Richie had that great album, Michael Jackson. Let's not even talk about it. And then you have Teddy Prendergast and you have Luther Vandross on the cover. So, but I still want to link with the ones. And I said, well, we know that when it comes to Masicka album, them never miss. But it was just kind of like funny, just kind of like I have a funny moment to see Masicka, one of them lean over Lean of a moment, Lex.
Oh, Mel,
Yeah.
me have whisper, man can't talk too loud. Me I tell you when me where I go on the TikTok street. Me
Mm-hmm.
hear say a particular spokesman for over plaza, right?
Mm-hmm.
My beat blinds. I must say him alright if him artist sell him just want to know say him artist sell 1001. He alright with the second place. He just know how come last. So you know what that mean?
But that's is the thing too, Lex. And maybe this part we can talk loudly for the bushwashers and for the ones to hear too. Sometimes when you don't set there's no expectation for yourself and you set the bar very low, you're easily distracted and you just settle for crumbs, and it's sometimes it's just okay for certain people, right? Because when you're going to talk about the 1000, like, come on, right? And if they're going to be beating blinds regarding this whole album, right? Blinds them already had their, we call it, their goals of what they wanted to reach as far as where the album is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even a moment of even settling. Whatever we want to say on what we think about the album, they literally was in a frenzy, because I mean it's only 4 days, right? And with next week and whatever they pull, we'll be able to see it, and then we will know whether we need to laugh or we need to jeer, we need to mock or whatever. It's just bantering based on what the album pulled. But I don't feel like it's just a fair thing to talk about 4 days when it's not even a full week, right? A smart person will know to wait and then strategically, okay, judge based on, all right, then a full week or gathering everything all at once. That's just was my take on that. But I'm just bringing it back to the plaza, that they're willing to settle for mediocrity, because selling 1000 copies, like, are you for real? But they will speak like that because remember, they're not so versed on albums. That's not their strong suit. And so they
Well,
come dead last.
what me get to understand is that when it comes down to Masicka albums, them know the how the them know the competition set. So as
Mhm.
that, so basically I run out them willing them a fight for the runner up, because really and truly them know say going up against Masicka is like suicide. You understand me? So
Yeah.
so that's why them say them just don't when it alright, okay be real. From here about album from this year, 3 album, everybody the whole dancehall been talking about Blinds, Plaza, and Genocide, right?
Yes.
Blinds drop theme already. I will see the numbers. If I obviously if a man I say them just know them alright, then just know one come last. Obviously them know say when it comes down to Massacre, them know say the competition, that's where the real competition is. You understand me I say?
It's
So what may I say is that there's them deep in themselves, them knows when it comes down to a good body of work or one artist, they can always put their money upon, and even the haters and the detraction know say as much as you might hate him, when it comes to a good body of work, him unbeatable.
absolutely. I agree with you 100%. It's like you in class, Lex. Like for me back in the day, I can't say because there's no shame in my game. When it comes to English, I had English pat down, but when it comes to maths, like I was telling my partners the other day, we're just like having like a fun moment of conversation, and I was just like messing around with them, and I was like, hey, like when it comes to math, like maths is not like adding up on the subtraction. Yes, I have that pat down, but when you reach the algebra, that throw me off completely. I mean, make them know. So listen, hey, like my cash pot numbers from my test them at school when it comes to maths, bro, like that was not even something to talk about. So I say this to say that you back in school, right? And you would have a situation where you have a friend where fail a class, and because them other friend fail it, them just feel good to themselves, like, boy, I'm glad I know me alone. So I think it's just that type of moment as far as you know Plaza and other ops is concerned, is that the battling of the bottom, and is as long as they're not the only one there, it's quite okay with them. And just on the topic of albums as we know it, guys, we're not just here to talk the talk and not be able to walk the walk. We know, just to Alexis point, when it comes to Masicka, we know that he put excellent bodies of work, right? And it's not even where it's up and it's down and it's up and it's down. Because I have in previous videos, if you guys can remember, made a comparison between which album was it? Which album was it? Let me remember. The album that he did in the same time that he did with, was it with GOK?
Yeah,
I
Generation
believe.
Kings.
Ricky,
Generation Kings.
Yeah, what was the album that Alkaline released in that
Top
time?
Prize.
Top Prize, yes. I was able to break the numbers down for both those albums, and it was night and day. It was night and day. And I'm saying that to say that it's not even about the sales of it, but it's the way how people react to it, is the impact of it, right? They walk hand in hand. Again, 438, we hear it from World Music Views, not out of our mouth, how well the album has done. And it still continues to do well, right? And we, we the fans, we listen to it. What I implore others to do, because I remember we tried to have a conversation with somebody that was not one side, and they think we were being somewhat biased, but we were not being biased. I would say do the due diligence the same way how we the ones we listen to NPT, and we were able to make not a bias comparison or a bias, what's that word I'm looking for? We didn't make a bias what's the word I'm looking for? Like I have a brain fog. All right, we did not make, when we looked at it, we gave our honest feedback from it, right? We gave our honest opinion, we gave our honest feedback from it, and we would love other people to do the same. I mean, you don't have to do it if they don't want to, but for you to be able to speak and know whether something is good or not, because like some people would say, because we rep the artist review. Thank you for that 9. Always backing me up. Thank you for that. Our critique, yes, Black Star Boy, that's also excellent, right? So yes, we listen to our opponents and we make critiques and we review it so we can relate, right? And we say what it is. But we have people like out in this space who have not even listened to these albums, but they're going to say, oh, that's not true, da da da. A lot of them did not even listen to the EP, but they're saying da 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 da. But I implore you, because again, there's no way, even when it comes to the EP, again, on the topic of albums, so we can throw the EP in there as well, that still is doing extremely well. There's no way you can listen to that EP and then just be like, oh, it's trash. Especially as a female, especially a man who is a lover man that literally have your woman and cannot relate to this EP. But unless you're just literally, just to your point, Lex Boss, listening to what people is saying and then just run with a narrative.
Because just you said before, because I was just say is that no reason why you hear them people that say the EP flop is because of the narrative where the same Plaza Vlogger them push out. Because that EP didn't, you see the same spot where them so-called irony, they must say, oh, number 1 on iTunes and that album has been on number 1 on iTunes for a long while. And it's still up on the iTunes chart. You understand me I say? So and then even the other day now realize there's like what them do, them try to push the narrative. So once them get the chance to push a certain narrative and more people start believe it, them just run with it. They're good at creating narrative. Remember said them come out to start the narrative about one flow, and then them start and to this day, people not even hear them and say what they say it. You understand me I say? So they're notorious making. So when you see, unlike we where we can be unbiased and say, all right then, here we're gonna listen to the album and we're gonna tell you honest opinion. No for them start forming their opinion before them even listen.
Exactly. And cannot even come right out to say, all right then, me listen to the album, I may not agree with the album in its entirety. I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done on it. There's, highs and lows in the album, and give an honest review or critique on it, right? Or can even be honest to say, hey, even though I may not say one side or whatever the case may be, like I don't care, like that Wet World song there, except for the controversial part of it. Like, I like that song. I was at the gym today and I was listening to that song. Like, Marine Salt, Boasty, I'm Marine Salt that song there. Like, what are y'all gonna do about it? Those watchers who have a problem with me liking an artist who is not one side. Get the hell out of here. Anywho, right? So we can give our honest feedback and we can give our honest opinions on things, and we can.
Oh,
And if we need to banter, we can banter. Lex, you can hear?
no, I'm going with that stream business.
Lex, I can hear you. I don't know I don't know if you want to hop on and hop on. Fully welcome to the panel. How are you tonight?
Bless up yourself, man. I'm doing good, Just
Big up
taking it
yourself.
easy, Yeah, man. Big up everybody from the panel. Yeah, man. Big up
Big up,
everybody
Big
in the
up, Fully.
chat. Yeah.
big up yourself too, yeah?
Big up.
Yeah. One reason, look a bit, me soon jump in on the topic. Just
Oh,
one
no
reason,
problem.
look a bit.
No problem, Fully.
Yeah.
Big up yourself. Lex.
And hold on, before you even carry on, hold on.
Go ahead.
Even though since I contradict myself. With the one flow argument, from me I listen music till now, and me hear people come up with narrative, and the way me see people grab the narrative and run with it, are the worst narrative somebody ever come up with in their music. Because from the day me listen Masicka till now, from we about then now 10 or 11 or when, a long time I listen Sika from we the before even come out on the forefront. Sika never do a song and release a song with one flow. Sika never record a song and that song record in one flow.
Oh.
And me can come to the test and say this. Which dancehall artist you know will record a song in one flow? Just think about it.
Them,
okay.
what about them? Them say skank.
Huh?
Okay. Yeah, General, hear me?
Yeah, me hear
I hear
You,
Lex.
you know the Bible verse is like, where say God help those who help themselves?
you. Yeah.
Yes.
Which part of the Bible that there? Tell me which
Remember,
verse.
remember,
You know what my point? What me tell you say, I used to say that and think it's a Bible verse until my auntie sit me down one day and say, listen, that's not a Bible verse. But because people run with it so much and we repeat and it's repeated so much, we start believing say it's a Bible verse. It's not a Bible verse. There's nowhere in the Bible that says that.
how will the bomb
Jaja.
clad said to me?
We're just
So
walking at a wonderfully ladder.
so you see when you talk about the one flow and where it come from and so forth, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. The more people repeat it and the more people say it and say it and say it, it start be believable by the mass. So that's why you will hear a man just even though you hear the song and he just start running the narrative because guess what? Him hear 20 people that say the same thing, so him run with it. So that's why I tell you, say you see the plaza people and they are notorious for spreading narrative. You see, so we can't have so that match I tell them say we have to just be mentally strong out here because if you don't know what you're doing, you will get tricked because they are notorious at spreading and are running with narrative. You understand me, Mr. General? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's
real
what
talk.
else.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Lex. I agree with you. But why me tell us say boy me walk up another one them fully comedy thing say a Bible verse. I was Granny to say it all the while. God help those who help themselves.
Not the
Yes,
Bible.
all right, Granny, we hear you.
Yeah, man. That's what I tell you. I swear, I always say, yeah, man, Bible verse. And I say, show which type in it, which chapter, which verse. Nothing, you just somebody just, it's just because true, you know, we have God help those and we just automatic, and we have people that say, the Bible. It's not in the Bible.
And then
So,
easy Lex, you literally go look for it for yourself because you're so
no, man, until we're he's a Christian man, we're deep in our church, man. I one day me say it to her and she said, part my Bible, that's not in the Bible. And I look for it, I could not find it. I search and I could not find it and I said, channel. So all this time I growing up believe. I know and a whole heap of thing because a whole heap of thing we grow up hearing that we think is facts or we think is true, but it's not true. You understand me?
True.
But because it's repeated so much mentally, we think it's true. That's why you see enough of them just run with a narrative because we never used to hear the narrative till you never realize after the whole thing we go down with cars, we
Sound
just
fest.
yeah, and them thing there. And them start push out that narrative they start push out because a whole faction of people that start push it. And it just there everywhere till we have to there fight the narrative. When we shouldn't even have to fight it in the first place because that's lie. Because even the whole EP, that's we've never heard that type of massacre before.
And,
That's a
and
whole
that side of it, and that's what I'm saying.
the
I
whole
had this conversation with 4 the other day, and I was at work, and I was having a vibe and stuff. I had a few hours, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go listen to both albums, right? And when I was like, I listened until I was like, so not at Masicka, obviously, but like I was like listening to like a whole bunch of music from the albums to, until I got so fatigued. I was like, you know what, I have to stop listening to, just take a break or whatever. But something that came out of listening to both albums was the mere fact that I realized that there are two different bodies of work. And I believe at one day, so guys, if you hear this anywhere, you see this anywhere else, you hear that Mellz first. One of these days, I would love, love, love to come, especially close to ours, maybe when we know it to be album launching time, to talk about and compare both albums, 438 and GOK. Because I'm telling you, it's two different. There are similarities, yes, but two different bodies of work. And it just came to mind, Lex, when you talk about Her Name Is Love, a different set of Masicka.
whole different side. Like
Different side.
the man is basically a sing J. Please, 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 please. Like what?
Let's let
Then
it go all in
how
on
is that
that.
the same thing as a massacre we must say, yo? Crocodile badness around town, mute, not the business with us. They don't know my story. They don't know my song.
But can we say, Lex? It may know that we're on the conversation of the two albums. There are similarities, but two different embodiments of work, and then we can throw the EP in there to say a different side and a different vibe of Masicka. Can we perhaps talk about, especially maybe why some people would be on the fence regarding not liking it, because we have some people who are so and that's fine and that's okay. People like what they like. They're so caught up on that side of Masicka that you just made mention of, with
Wait,
those songs that you are those that raunchy part of it, Boasty Cylinder, Top Striker, and
wait, you're
all those
talking the
things.
EP, you're talking
Yes,
why no people.
with the EP.
All
Because
right.
not a lot of people can relate in what I see to the soft side of Masicka, because like I do have they're not necessarily more so friends, but I do have Gaza friends and acquaintances where I tend to like have debates with from time to time. And they say things to me like, hey Mellz, not get me wrong, my rate Masicka, but like man, I like that direction with my gut, because like it's like what we get out of the conversation a lot of them have is that they don't appreciate this softer, vulnerable side of Masicka, right?
Mellz,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I think? I think the culture change in the sense where so now I so now when a man sing a love song, if him them and people love song is down in a throat and bitch and spitting in your face and like that's what they call woman music. You understand? Because no five time here people running there to say Masicka don't have no girl songs. But Masicka don't because he's not there, him not go that route the way derogative and all that stuff. Even upon the album, the rich sex put upon the rhythm, the juggling, the storybook juggling. Everybody fraggy code, bars, spitting of this and that, and everybody I go ranchy. But Masicka is just not that type of person. You understand me? I
Well,
think I
that's
think
but that's when I
I
stick a pin right there, so you can you make a very, very important point in, and I think
so
we
one second, Milan, please.
all right, go ahead.
We left dancehall where dancehall has if you see the morals has changed the core of what a love song is in dancehall because remember when Sanchez and Money Man thought, oh could you love me for money and those are where Bounty Killer would have said you living there like what we call girl song is no longer girl song. Like it's like you have to be ranchy and you have to be why you see why you think the whole wet hole something where such man sing. If you listen to that, you we mix. We don't call that a love song, but enough people that's considered a love song. That's a bedroom song. That's making love. But to me, that's not a love song. You understand me? So that one other thing to why people would jump to that conclusion because I say, oh, me not like this album because if you realize the whole concept of the album is not is foreign to enough Jamaicans because if you realize what it's talking about a nice soft love where he had a black woman in the whole album and he might talk about the beauty and might talk about the soft and all that stuff. Some man to that and to them man a girl song that if them now wind up body and broke out and go up on head top and all them things there and talk about how the whole queen up and all them things there. If a song is not going on, if that content is not in the song, it's not considered a love song. You understand me, SMS?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that are the reason why enough people because them can't relate to it because them grew up in the era where the morals different. You understand me? Why you think Molly done if you look on the younger girls them, the type of love song with them go for are with the Molly done them and them type of rough kind of spit and bitch and all them things there. I don't know. Different generation. That's all I have to say. But if a nice, sophisticated lady will know her worth and hear the Masicka's album, they must say, "Woo, this is new. This is what I want. Like this is." Woo. But for another, cabanas,
Yeah.
so you know, I hear that.
I really talking on me, G. But
Yeah,
this is it. This is the thing, no, where a lot of person miss still, When they're talking about music and where Mascot do music, enough people that say, oh, where me not like that, that soft and thing. It's a mental space of those person when they wear. Alright, so for example, some of them country then at the far east Europe where eat them lizard and them this and frog and all of that. Those they grow up to see as a national dish. They carry them at Jamaica, come get jerk chicken, they may be like, oh yeah, but I prefer my lizard. Because them not used to it.
perfect.
So the mindset with them grow with is separate, is just different. Because majority of these people now that's up here critiquing and commenting on music. If you check them age group and when them come in at the music space, when they start listen music, I'm sure interested in music, quality music already, should I say, decrease or decelerate in a sense where say, a vibes cartel in this space. I let go this one bag of fuckery, say a girl song and all these things. And if you check the type of lyrics and everything, if you check where blinds forward out and forward with and thing to a sicker forward commando. That's like news to these people brain. Where be like, it's okay.
All right.
Because
Look,
what the man has said to them don't used to it.
all
So
right. A real
but
talk, a real talk, my general. But if you sound like you grew up, you're in your late 20s or 30s, right? And me and Shirley said, enough of them song what them call girl song, them can't play, them couldn't play in the 2000s. And ladies saw time when a girl will call himself bitch and all them thing there. And Jezebel. No woman ever want to be called them type of things, eh? Nowadays, that's what they want to be called. You understand me? But if you realize from the same storybook reading, right? If you realize the Massacre song are one of the hit song because you still have a certain amount of ladies where see themselves as that type of yeah. I don't know if you understand like you see that isn't it, if you compare all of the
self
songs them,
and themselves.
yeah, you got if you realize the lyrics in Moscow use, I put you in the latest, you know, Some of the greatest all them stuff there. You know, compare that to where Froggy I talk about licking balls and all them thing there and rare and yeah bitch and yeah oh. You realize a theme song not getting attraction because
Yeah.
the younger generation does not relate to him saying it. Maybe it was a Molly Dunner or so, or a younger artist. Now, you understand me? I say so.
Yeah.
He might start it, but right now, him not him evil left him. If you understand me, I say. But
Yeah.
but you gotta still have the people them in a dancer way, still have them self work. That's why Masicka find a niche for himself. That's why I say, because no people are to say, yo, why am I not sing a song like them there? But there's a niche, and Masicka is smart because guess what? If as much as you have hoes, you will always have the nice little trophies them where they want to be a wife and feel good at themselves. That's why the album it depend on iTunes chart same way I chart because people are women were buying it. Me go one party. Me and my wife go one little ladies' birthday party. And when me just go take the Spotify and type in her name is Love album. And when them hear it, they must say, is this Masicka sing this? Everybody take out them phone and buy at the same time. Because them it's like them never it's like them it feel refreshing to hear a dancehall song, but the context different. If you understand what I say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
yeah.
As what you say, it's a perfect example of a conversation where my witness 4-4 was having on a particular panel since night, and me hear them over there try to call the man and I push the narrative and all these things. I'm talking about within Blind's album, and the man I said the quality music lack half of the album. And the man said the man just drop an album and you see the man go a Jamaica and he wreck and he shake up top of the line or whatever the after party the name. But this
You
is my
talk
take.
after you talk picnic party after champs.
Yes.
From
But this
arena
is it.
to after champs. Right, go through, go
Yes.
through.
But that's not the point here. Let me show you the point when me I make is this. A certain type of music gonna draw attention from a certain type of crowd. And the type of crowd that this album draw is not going to be able to dip in them pocket and buy that album because of various different reasons. One, they don't have what it takes to buy the album, which in now for them they on the ground and everything they not set up with the whole iTunes thing and thing to buy music, and some of them even choose not to. Then just listen music, then not buy music. Two, when you do music for just the moment and the hype, cause where 4-4 state was this album I target the Jamaica market. Them I said the man are going like you want disrespect Jamaica people by saying that, like you want to say, yo, bird, we are going like Masicka music bigger than the ground. The man the music, that means if you in a certain state of mind, or even the mockers them I go have them moments, even if I want out 100 days, but them I go listen quality music. Yo, sorry about that thing that we are talking at the background.
Yeah man, that good man, that good man.
Yeah. Yeah, so that show me have. So regardless of what still, we did the album sale when get. If you need to put in quality music, make the people them where you run into at that birthday party where you say went to. When I hear it and I hear quality music, even if they're not a Blinds fans, they would have buy it. You show them support to get it on their playlist or whatsoever. So
Yeah.
that's the difference that a lot of person who talk music, listen music, and critique music act like they want to ignore that part. Because Malidan and Skipper them and them man they will dominate the Jamaica thing where you say, oh, them man they the artist thing, them man they are the rare, them man they run the place. But if you go suburbs and check on iTunes, when last they sell us they sell a song, or even one of them songs
True.
do get by, how much numbers it's gonna be, because the type of people who are give them the YouTube views and give them the hype in the street is not the same type of people who buy music.
So Just to add to your point, is me answer now? When when you look on the EP, if you live in America or anywhere, which one you feel is more commercial? Blind's album or the Masicka EP? Which one you feel you're gonna hear in the malls or here on the radio station? Or which one you
Hundred.
feel you can play in a certain events where everybody all walk of life can do that?
Remember, you know, man, and one song, you man really say, oh, curse now, you know, and you have a clean and edit version, and they could curse, so the man curse now, that one song, but that sound like I even nothing to what you hear the man say it, you understand?
So we are look so we can say Masicka look on the long term because as an artist, as you grow, you're gonna be in spaces where you need songs for your catalog, and when your catalog is diverse, you can always pick out anything out of your catalog and sing it though.
Yeah, that's facts. That's
So
why
when
artists who
so
do
I
artists
got you.
who do I was just gonna say artists who do music like that have different type of show they can perform at where
Uh,
they can go perform at a Sunfest and they can perform at a Rebel Salute
I
because of
pre
the type of music.
I praise when Masicka had him interview with Fox or Fox, I think of Fox. You remember Masicka have interviewed Fox? Fox, Mellz, you hear me?
Yeah man, we there man.
Yeah, Fox. When Mascadi have him interview with Fox and him sing a song, which song you hear him sing on the big international TV?
You need to remember which one, you know.
We the like for us, feel the vibes with us. Spend my time with you, die for us, die for us.
Yeah,
Spend my
yeah,
time
yeah,
with
yeah.
don't need no pretender. Why you think him choose that the song then? Because him a pre that song as a him a try push it to be a commercial song because guess what? Enough of them artists are not commercialized. Like they don't look on it say if you put I put a skip up on the radio on the big TV in review TV channel where a US car Fox 5 remember say I them they can report on Froggy case and all them things now. You
Yeah,
put a
yeah.
skip up on that there. Which song man sing out in catalog? Um Force like a rabbit or me chop it line, me chop it line. You see what you see the you see why me mean why me see the long play where Mascara do compared to what them a youth here do? Because him a try go him know say him can't do like what them a artists. Them a look for them a try run the ground. Him a try run the world. Him want
Yeah.
know say if in the anywhere him can sing. He have songs for everywhere. If you get booked for perform at the Grammys, if you get booked for perform here so or there so, him have songs in the catalog where he can sing. He might can give the whites when he can give the whites, but he also can give please, 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 please. You understand me I say?
Yeah man, me understand you say.
And that enough people not understand because guess what? Them just so stuck in the Jamaican mindset where them just feel say a artist whole career is has to do Jamaica, but we are pre bigger than that. That's why the man said him zero. That's why the man said him zero the game and start all over again. Because guess what? He want tap into the international market. But the international market you can't just get up and talk about wet hole and whole girl. You're not, you're just check your age and all. I think that was a bad thing for your album because if one thing with all singles can die, but you see album was something where to me it live on forever. Because when you talk about Bob Marley, I got always hear them talk about him albums them. When you talk about Masicka, you talk about the album. Enough artists will drop album. That's like a little piece of history. Like that are the mark and left in a history. If
Yeah.
you're an artist and you don't have art, look for all Bounty Killer. When you hear about him, talk about him album, then you have some of the greatest album. You have some collabs on some album with features and everything. There. I think having a album is you just left in a mark in a history. You understand me? I say. So
Yeah.
when couple years from now, when people go back in your album catalog and a dead the song they hear, you only can play it in your house. You can't play it like if you get to perform in front of in front of the for the president or say, where you go to go up on stage and sing about wet hole and everything there. So that's my try to show you said Masicka look on the long
All
road.
right.
Isn't it?
But I just want to say something really quickly. I've been listening to you guys for a while.
Yeah.
I would say regarding that too. I mean, Masicka is our artist, and we tend to focus on what our artists do, and just to kind of like on the whole, certain well not the whole, but like certain parts of the conversation. Every artist is different, right? And every artist is going to be the way how they are. And another way to look at this too, like Masicka will never be an Alkaline, Alkaline will never be a Masicka. And I think that's what makes it so diverse in a sense where everybody kind of like show up differently, kind of show up in their own type of way. So we listen to Masicka songs, and some things that Masicka are saying that it, so it probably come off maybe somewhat kind of like what people would have said, all right then it's not vanilla, right? So Manasseh Alkaline don't have anything when come off for the mockers them, but I just think that in certain aspect I don't think we should be, well, that's just my two pieces. You guys can disagree to agree. In a sense, we're comparing an artist to say, all right, then Masicka is just good over here, and that artist is not based on how they kind of like put themselves out there. Because
All right.
I think that's what everybody tend to like and tend to go towards in terms of all right then. And who knows, like if these people are calling themselves mockers and them love certain lifestyle, I think it's up to them. And at the end of the day, a lot of us we grew up on Gaza in a sense where Gaza brings certain things to the forefront. Remember, say this man come out and sing free, even if people were doing it and not wanted to openly sing it because certain things was taboo back in the day. Freaky girl of them girl let me love like it tell us say yo girl go out and go suck dick if from here till tomorrow, right? These things were being said, and then all of a sudden you have people come out brawling and not being a shit afraid to say all right then we are doing these things. So I say that to say, right, at the end of the day we have choices whether we're gonna all right then this is what works for us or this doesn't work for us, and then we make a choice based on an artist that suit our needs. And that's why we over yes and them over this. But in my honest opinion, like when me think about Masicka and what Masicka brings to the table, me not kind of like look over upon the next man plate and swear man over this or eat or whatever. Me kind of just kind of like keep it with Masicka in the sense we all right then. Even to your point, Lex, that he has this big this catalog that every single person can relate to, right? The young, from the very young to the very old, and I think that's awesome, that's amazing, and some people tend to not see that. But just to kind of like put it out there that we cannot expect a Masicka to be an Alkaline and an Alkaline to be a Masicka. And one of the things, like, even though there's a lot of controversy and we know surrounding a lot of things that we don't like, and we're not going to agree to certain things, because certain things we're not stand for, right? Just to put that out there, right? For who want to clip this up and put it out there in the wrong way. It just goes to say that after even listening to this album, it kind of really shows you. And when you go back into, especially Alkaline 2016 era, and when 2016, I mean just 2016, but in that time where he had that big dominance in dancehall, we can. And when we look and compare him to kind of like Masicka, not that we want to compare because these people they're two different people. They, even as far as the way, even with say the female catalogs, they are two different type of female catalogs, right? And take out the controversy and we dash that to the side, whatever that is. But when we really take that out and we kind of look, they are two different way them present in terms of, them girl song. And if we'll be completely honest, we were listening to those songs back in 2016, still listening to those songs. But I mean, growth will have you maybe not want to cater for those songs anymore. The same way growth would have me not listening to certain parts of Cartel anymore, or listening to Cartel music anymore because of the fluffed up and the fuckery that's been happening. However, I will never compare Cartel to a Masicka to say, hey, Masicka is doing that, Cartel is, because again, two different artists, and every artist have different things that they bring to the table, if that makes sense.
Okay, all right. Mellz, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm not sure if you're ready to talk. I just want to make sure I'm not overtalking nobody.
Yeah, but
All
they finish my point, man. So I'm just mute so somebody else can get a turn.
Okay, all right. 100% understand what you're saying, and what we are talking about here, while it's not really say, comparing, as in we the years like an expectation to say, these artists gonna do the same thing or do similar shit. We are showing the growth, because just like I mentioned, Alkaline in 2016, and with this album, we couldn't release this album in 2016. You don't see no growth in the project. There's no growth in this project. And this is some of the things that a lot of people take to say, not understand when a person is going to critique an artist that's been in the music game for so long and delivering projects like these and constantly putting on music where it's very questionable. It's just all about controversy. When we now look for that, we are looking music that's have the potential to bring the music of dancehall to a next level. And if an artist are going into this space and not growing, you see whatever I do, how much years ago? At the same time I forward come do this years ago. If him not pray for the growth and if you not see the growth in the music. If you back in 2016 he performed for 5,000 people and now in 2026 he performed for 15,000 people. So be it. But performing a certain show still cannot lift the genre to a next level.
Yes.
So I will just say the quality of the music, something is wrong.
Yeah, and to be, I don't want it to feel, because obviously, we can agree to disagree no fully, and I get your points, and I get Lex's point. And before we go any further, big up to them about like, I don't know why would we have a somebody would have a name like this, but it's money, and I'm not gonna say no to money. So big up yourself to Demabal YF. For that $2 contribution to the live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that contribution. Yes, thank you so much for that contribution to the live. Thank you for that.
20 Matica Spa Wednesday, empty barrel. He kill a rock chain like Django. Village see them. Ain't true, me say fuck them system. See them style. Run now. Act like your body. Run him down. Oh. Hey, just act like your body. Right. Run. Hey boy, a 50-69 clip. Run.
All right, thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Yes, fully. So I don't want it to be a case where we can't agree to disagree and whatnot. Like, I hear you guys, but in some instances I just have a different perspective, and my perspective more so it wasn't based on all right then the growth. If we're talking about the album, yes, based on me listening to it and other ones listening to it, including you, that nine I think shared some same some same feedback too. Like, there were things that we think that could have done or said differently on the album, right? And we cannot take that away from it, where there seemed to be maybe, as you said, there may not be growth, but I am not in the forefront to say all right then. It's just more so for me on the whole, like, comparison based on like some of the things that Lex was saying in terms of like, regarding the whole thing between Alkaline and Masicka, and and the songs, and for the muckas and things like that, understanding that people pull different crowds and different, they have different perspective where that is concerned. Where growth is concerned, that for me would be a whole different conversation. And I'm just listening, I'm listening, to gather insight and to gather feedback based on, what your thoughts surrounding this whole growth thing, from you stemming from the album is concerned.
Okay.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening to get more insight from what you were saying regarding, the growth and from the album perspective too.
Yeah. All right. As we said before, short of several brothers, several different minds. That's why when me up on a channel earlier, we can hear a man say, we're talking about quality music, but why is the music that's we say is not quality. Like wait, good, talking about the same album. Why is those songs are the one getting the traction? I'm gonna ask for that question, but me never hear for answer. But if it wasn't me, that person asked a question,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be this is the way I see it, and this is the way I would answer because one, you have short term live music where it's just gonna blow up and drop back. That's what they call some of them hot song, different from hit song. I have topic that's controversial that draw attention to a song. And if you're gonna do a body of work and you go extreme when it comes to the raunchy part of the music, and you go mediocre when it comes to delivering music with substance, which one you think that person is gonna run with? A person who love raunchy music is gonna celebrate that raunchy music that they try to go extreme with. But the one thing that they drop flat, that was supposed to be quality music, that they didn't put no effort and no energy in. People who looking for quality music, when they go listen to that, all they hear is just some lyrics and a rhythm. There's no substance here where they're gonna be like, yo, this bad me if you play about this on 3, 4, 5, 10 times. What me say make sense?
Yes, you are. Yes.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So all right. That's the difference between all of these artists and when it comes to Sika. The energy, the effort, the quality when put in the music. And that's why on certain way when I compare these artists and everything, me have to agree with what you said. There is no comparison and you seven brothers, seven different man. Because even in a post here Sika say oh splash up or spoil up a catty face or something like that. Alright. They're gonna say oh if Sika was so moral, why is that? Remember, by the end of the day, bro, the man not just do music, and this is the point we're making. Sika is not just doing music for one specific person or one specific audience. You understand? Where
True.
the man, yeah, the man are going to deliver music, and with the type of music Boasty is, the type of song Boasty is, and the target, the type of market where Boasty are target. Those type of lyrics is gonna fit in. But say for instance, a song like Fight for Us, those type of song that you know gonna hear them lyrics in. And if you check Sika catalog, the man catalog of different type of music where you can say the quality in all of them, even though you go find few of them with some lyrics where people are categorized as raunchy or raw or whatever it is. Just like how them pick out that one line out of Boasty and I put it against we burning out this man and check the age and have a cat just turned 18 and for hear a man where they out here have laughed for so long. I go compare those two lines with that one line from Boasty. That for sure where the people them stand by the end of the day where they're just running with move to call that narrative, but just defending the artist or whatever them say by any means necessary. Because what the adults share in our bedroom, for man who put it in the music, you can choose how to do it. But what we are defending is that's not an adult sharing, it's a man and a child sharing. You know what I mean? I say certain things are saying a man talking about having sex with a minor. And they use that to compare against it. So yeah, different fans, different group, different opinions. But Sika is gonna always stand out and stand different. That's how me see it.
Yeah, Masicka. Yes, in the end, Masicka will always stand out and be, and and be different. And then just to to get that out there, as far as with the whole controversy, we don't stand behind that in any at all. And just to base on things that you point out fully regarding the whole contract, and we don't have to like for me specifically, I don't have to say those things out, in the open, but as far as, we are not under a rock. We see the controversy and we see the things that is questionable. And from their questionable, it's, it's out there. And just to like put that out there that we are not those type of extremists where we're going to hear certain things in the music and then just kind of like gravitate to it or whatnot. But in the end, people are going to listen to who they want to listen to. They're going to like what they like. But as for me personally, what I do, I just, especially with certain things, I just keep it, to a Masicka standpoint. And again, we're allowed to critique and we're allowed to share our points, as far as where other people are doing, where other camps are doing. But it's just kind of like keeping things on a positive note on our side as far as what Masicka is doing and what he's doing for the music. And just to your last point fully is the mere fact that and when I say as far as Masicka holds the music to that high and great standards. And that's very good. And that is something for us that we can literally always kind of count on. And again, to that one line, I don't see where, we have heard worse, and you have pointed out some of those other things that we have heard. So it's really good that when, we can, agree to disagree, but also, in my opinion, just kind of like keep it over to the Masicka side based on things that we know that he does, and he keeps the bar very high.
Yeah. You're right. And as you were speaking, you just carry me right back to where Kesnami say, why you just get up and feed the people them crap? Where's the substance that you're gonna feed them back for rejuvenation of brain cell, So you can keep that balance going.
Exactly. And then if we can even talk about it too, yes, even with the album, there's a lot of controversy that was around it. People agree to disagree. We also hear the Vendetta fans them pushing back to say, all right, then the way how those lines were taken is like, other camps are taking out, there's a lot of things that was surrounding that, the whole thing. We hear what we hear and we'll hold what we hold on to, but in the end, the music, with the substance, a lot of times that's what is missing. And that's why, for me personally, just kind of like bring it back to Masicka, where the music with substance is there, right? The lack of controversy and things like that, just to kind of like drown out what people may call that negative, vibe or controversy with good music with substance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes. I don't know if Lex Boss have anything else to say. I don't know if J Empress is still with us. But it was a great conversation tonight. It was great to come out after 2 days to speak with, the ones and, work happens and stuff like that. So sometimes I may not get the opportunity to come out back. And what I would love to come live every single day, sometimes it may not be that way. But I definitely want to big up the ones though for joining the conversation, tonight, so we can talk about Boasty and we're able to like link it right back to album mode, because it's April already. Summer's almost approaching us, and we don't know how close or far the album is, but we're hoping that it's closer to us than ever. That way we can get our victory lap to celebrate the same way our other camps are celebrating their albums, because we know that we're pretty excited, because we know the great body of work that is going to come forth from Masicka. So I just want to take the opportunity to big up everyone for passing through tonight. We're 3 hours into the live, and I think we have done our due diligence tonight fully. Thank you so much for your great conversation that you brought to the panel. Since tonight, Lex Boss, same to you. Thank you for bringing those great conversations to us. J Empress, thank you for being that rock, being that support. Hop on the live, ever since, I went on. Big up to my bad sis, J Empress. And J Empress will be going live tomorrow, guys, at 8 p.m. So make sure that we're tuning in to J Empress. We're all going to be there, right? We're all going to be here. We're all going to be there on the live with her for next week. I just want to shout out some people in the chat that I noticed that was here with us earlier. Starting off with that 9 Indigo, who said leave us with a song of Her Name Is Love EP. Definitely easy peasy. Definitely could do that for you, that 9. I hope I still have a song for. I think I should still have, because I was cleaning up my StreamYard to add some funny videos. I had to remove some of the songs, but I think I do have. I can leave you a song from the EP. That would be easy peasy. But big up yourself. That Nine Indigo. Big up yourself. Demo Ball YF. Thank you for that $2 super chat that you dropped in the chat earlier on. Appreciate you for that. Big up to J Empress. Big up to Black Star Boy that passed through earlier. Big up to King Vivo. Big up yourself. I don't think I have ever seen you here. Hope that you like and share and subscribe to the channel. Big up to 44 that was here earlier. Big up to who else was here? I'm scrolling through. No, it's top of my head. Big General, what was here earlier? Big up yourself, Big General. Siobhan White, I know that you're not, a one side, but we always tend to agree to disagree, and you're always so random. But big up yourself. Thank you for passing through. In the chat today. Anandi was here earlier. Big up yourself, Anandi. Anywhere you are, big up yourself. I know that I think you're on the road. Safe journey. Big up, and Fuller, if you're on the road too, safe journey, being on the road. Bobby Don, big up yourself. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. Fast One Side, big up yourself. Clean and Fresh was here earlier. Annette Morrison was here earlier. Big up on yourself, guys. Big up on yourself. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation tonight. Who else? Musa Tamba. Yes, Musa Tamba was here. Hot Ed Famous was here. Rick One said Famous was here. Big up, big up, big up. I think Barry Sims was here earlier. H&M was here earlier. Jagad was here earlier. Big up on yourself. And I think some of you guys are still here also. Big up on yourself, guys. And as per usual, thank you for joining into the conversation. Boasty is still a trending song, and it's trending. It's doing great on social media. Over 1 million views, not even a week. And it's something for us to celebrate on. The song for the summer, we proclaim it and we want it to be. Right, and I just want to big up to the ones them for joining in. Big up on yourself, guys, and I'll see you guys in another one. Right, hopefully to be live tomorrow. See you guys in another one, and big up on yourself. And thank you for all that you do and all your support. Big up on yourself, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Big up on yourself.